just a regular fade. I also extended the screen because I realized that that brown box on the edge was like not doing anything. So I just extended the main map area.
There's really nothing you can do about that because it's still quite loud.
Did you put it down to literally 1%?
It's at literally 1%, but I'm gonna have to turn you guys up to 150.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do about it.
Crank Discord down, and crank everybody else up. Oh, I didn't even check it. Nope. Okay. Nope. Okay.
Ah, that's why. Get back in that middle. Where is Discord? There it is. Yeah. Turn that down.
Where's my fancy pen?
Turn everybody else up, like you had suggested, because that's a great idea.
So while we wait for our final
Contestant?
Google, how about that?
Oh,
What
their
is-
streaming
what
service?
Stevia?
What
I
is-
mean, Stadia?
Stevie.
wait, what?
So Google
Sugar-free substitute?
Yeah.
Google is planning to implement their own quote-unquote streaming console, in that you will be able to, according to them, stream 4K 60 FPS gameplay to any device running Chrome.
Yeah, they
through their
were
data centers. The talk was very focused on developers because it was at
obviously
GDC.
in GDC, yes.
But no mention of a price point or, what happens if you don't have the good internet.
They were
Very cagey.
testing that.
I know that they didn't want to test shit with me. They're like, thanks.
Yeah,
but no thanks.
I tried, and I was surprised that I didn't get selected for it because my internet connection is pretty baller.
Maybe they were trying
So-
to do dirt internet.
I don't know.
So like,
Nope.
what
I'm dirt internet.
what
Yeah,
current,
KK's dirt internet.
current latency from the booth at GDC for Doom and Assassin's Creed Odyssey in-house looks to be about 90 milliseconds. Which, if that's just per input, that's a 15 frame delay. That's like a 10 to 15 frame delay.
It's like
That's a lot.
that is a lot.
That makes any fighting game is impossible to play, because then you have to stack player to player frame, whatever on top of that.
It wouldn't work for a fighting game. A lot of FPSs, it's not a nightmare for, but
It's not bad, but like what I was talking about in my group was like, what's the target audience for this? Because like the Venn diagram of people who have internet decent enough to run this, and people who already have a gaming system is almost a circle.
I think it has to be someone that wants to play a lot of different types of games for one price. You know?
It has to
Yeah.
be somebody who has great internet, but hasn't and has a desire to play games, but no desire to own any hardware to play those games. Which is just
also
not
just doesn't want to deal with it. It's a bigger thing than you think. It's bigger,
yeah,
it's-
I mean, because PlayStation Now is still kicking. And it's something I never consider subscribing to, but I mean, like, it's a thing. Like, that's what it does. It streams games to your consoles for
also
a monthly price.
of concern. Data cap.
Oh yeah, I mean, people who have data caps are gonna get fucked anyways. But this
Yeah.
is like in the dream future
Google
where
will just
like,
go to
you
the
know,
politicians and say,
Here's
make
some
this a
money.
non-issue.
yeah,
I
like
mean,
we
if
have
they-
a
if they-
functioning government one day.
But yeah, no,
We do. It's just an odd function.
I'm not a like. I like the ideas behind it, and I think it's kind of neat.
Yeah.
But I in no way see that for like this does not seem any form of tenable until every single house has like a gigabit pipeline for free.
Every house is digital cable.
I mean, one day in the dream future where we're all living underwater because
it
the
will
ice
be.
caps have melted, but we all have 2 gigabit internet.
We're all just computer
then it'll
brains
be
at that
perfect.
point. Yeah, it'll be perfect in the ideal world, but like, no, we're not. We don't have the infrastructure to do any of that. Google. So I think it's gonna go the way of the Ouya.
I mean, I don't know. It's very tentative right now. It's more kind of like how Google kind of they had like their VR or not VR, AR glasses.
Yeah, and those
like how Microsoft had the HoloLens, and like HoloLens started out as a game thing, but now they're kind of really switching paths for HoloLens. Like a lot for it. So I could see them doing it with that, but also like they have a ton of money. There's no reason why they can't experiment
anybody can pull
some
it
kind
off,
of service. Yeah.
If anybody can pull it off, it's Google. They have the money to do it. I just don't think like if they want to try and run gigabit to everyone in the country, like by all means, go for it.
Yeah, because I mean, like Google already has some internet lines out there for certain, towns, so they could be the first test audience for this kind of thing. So, and then you have things like people getting Google TVs and things like that. So I don't know. I think it could definitely be a thing. I'm interested.
Also, controller, fucking zero innovation on that. Snore, like, looks like the D-pad is trash and. Also,
all right.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Shane.
I'm here.
Did you turn the music bot down?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes, I did.
Okay. Good. I'm just making sure everybody can hear me over it.
Yeah, I got in here and yelled.
Yes, so did I. I had it at like 1 to 3%.
Yeah, because I tested it in the AFK channel and I'm like, holy shit, this is loud. I'm like, well, that's going to be a problem only once. So, yeah. But we'll see how this works. I have a YouTube playlist that I'm drawing links off of as soon as I can. Playlist again, where did it go? Nope, that's not it. Where the fuck my playlist go? God damn it. What is happening? No good. There it is. Okay.
Depending on how things work out, I might end up muting that bot on my end, just in case.
I just did.
Well, just because I don't want to get dem copyright strikes.
Well, this is ambient.
Yeah, it should be fine. It's not specifically from anything, so it should be like, oh, whatever. So deal with that when it comes to it.
I don't know if it's necessarily directly from anything, but okay, sure. All right. So let's start with the recap. What happened last time? Where's my book?
I died.
You went unconscious.
You got better.
I got better. I was brought to 0. Who's starting to recap?
It's not me.
It's not
I don't
me.
do the recaps.
Oh, what? Not you.
No.
I just sound like a robot half the time, so it ain't me.
I'll do the shitty recap. Let's see. At the beginning of last session, a bunch of adventurers gathered in the Yawning Portal Inn. A full house, we say, with 2 tabaxi and 3 half-elves, 2 new to the city, 3 having been there for at least a little while, if not longer. A delivery is made to Durnan by one afternoon nap, who then calls over everybody else to do a little favor for him in the form of a mission for Lady Foxcroft, investigating a warehouse issue that one of her workers had witnessed. We then went and investigated the Edwin and got a little information out of him about things we might be facing. Some sort of flying snake creature and possibly a gazer. We then went to the local watch commander to be let into the warehouse, where we investigated and found not only the flying snake creature and the gazer, but also an ancake, which we managed to kill after a little bit of difficulty and the one of our group going down, but being safe and not resurrected, but brought back to full health with a timely cure wounds, I believe. We then split up and investigated various parts of the warehouse. A little minor thievery went on, a little copying of a few manifests. We discovered that the Ankh came up through the sewers, and decided to go report our information to Lady Foxcroft, where afternoon nap apparently had some past with her, had met them before, and was familiar with the children. And then, after being rewarded with some coin, we headed back to the Yawning Portal Inn. And I believe that covers most of it.
Yeah. Pretty much. That is exactly what happened. I moved my things around.
We found a mysterious note.
Oh, yes.
So,
Yeah, the
Yes.
mysterious note
Yeah, did you
that
share
has a
that
cipher
with
that's
everybody?
mystery.
You did.
yeah, Kamala has the mysterious note, and it's been shared with everybody. I think Kamala is the only one that can read everything, but has not managed to decipher it yet.
Yeah, read definitely questionable in you know.
Yeah.
So you guys are back at the Yawning Portal ish.
Beer.
The sun is beginning to set now. It is late into the afternoon, evening, twilight hours. As you walk down the road, through the northern ward, weaving your way through the streets, you eventually make your way down to the farthest southern portion, back to where the inn is. And you can see a lot of people. There are still merchants keeping their stores open, but for the most part, the stalls, if there are any, are being packed up. People are moving from where they were working to taverns, inns, and fest halls to relax for the evening or to return home for a lovely dinner. As you get back to the inn, traffic on the roads is not terrible, but, it's a bit of a, one might call it rush hour. You come inside, and being the time that it is, the tavern is now brimming with people. Whereas before, in the early afternoon, it was quite sparse. And you get to see, kind of in its full glory, what the Yawning Portal Inn is like when it's very lively. There's a musician in the corner, a person playing a lute. Not necessarily the best, but it does provide a bit of what's the word for it? Ambiance to the tavern, which is quite loud right now. Both hearths are roaring, and there are now multiple barmaids and other waiters and waitresses moving about the tavern floor. Durnan is still behind the bar, tending, and as you look up, you can see that the two upper floor balconies are also starting to fill up with people. What would you guys like to do?
So then, shall we enjoy the spoils of our good deeds?
Quick question. Was I given some money to give to Durnan? I have something about 5 GP to give to Durnan, or was that the 10 gold we were supposed to use on our feast?
I think that was from Lee Foxcroft saying thanks.
Yes.
That's what the 5 GP was, but we all also got 10 gold to essentially have a nice dinner with.
Yes. That is accurate.
So I have something to give to Durnan.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Then I will, so let's enjoy our spoils. Just have to give Durnan his due quickly. And Kamala will go do that.
And I'm going to try to find a table upstairs that's big enough for us.
Okay. There's actually, down on the base floor, there is one long table that currently, there's a group that's getting up and leaving. It's right next to the fireplace and the, minstrel.
Slap into that soon as they're all gone.
Alright. You manage to get over there, and sit at the table. Anybody else?
I'm gonna go join her. Sit
Yeah,
right next to her.
I'll join him at the table, please.
Okay.
Nap is going to bounce around from table to table, just sort of mingling and being like extremely friendly.
Mm-hmm.
Also grabbing a drink first and bringing that with him as he careens throughout the establishment.
Okay. How are you getting your drink?
I walk up to the bar and give Durnan some money and ask for an ale. An ale.
Okay.
Just an ale. I don't know the difference. One's brown and one's yellow, and they both taste like water.
2 nibs.
I'll write that down. I give him 3.
And he slides you. After a few minutes, he's busy. He slides you a mug of ale.
So Laura at the table. So the setting looks sort of like what's in the image, correct?
Yeah,
With
kind
the
of, but it's
flames.
bigger.
Okay. So she takes out her trophy, the piece of the creature, and just like she's beaming at it and like raises it up in the air, like so like people can sort of see it while she's admiring it, and bring it closer to her, So that's what she's doing at the table.
Okay.
And I'll catch Durnan's attention. Say, and then put the sack of gold on the table. Compliments of Lady Foxcroft for you, Durnan.
He just gives you a nod, and swipes it off the table, placing it under the bar. Anything else?
The best bottle of whatever my brother's estate won't give you an issue with when you send them the bill.
Well, we've got two. Got something new in. Some moon elves from Candlekeep made it. Want one of those? It's not too expensive.
Sure, let's try it.
On the tab, or do you just want to pay for it?
On the tab, Durnan. On the tab.
All right. He snaps his fingers and gets the attention of one of the waiters, who comes over. He says some stuff to him, and they disappear into a back room. And he just says, "Anything else?"
Nothing else for now.
All
And
right.
then I'll go join my comrades.
A few moments pass, and the waiter comes back with the bottle of wine, sets it on the table with a few glasses, and then just kind of says, "This isn't my section. Bonnie will be taking care of you, so I'm just going to go." And just walks away. If you need anything else...
I want to insight check this guy.
Sure.
This is a little suspicious to me.
Oh.
Shit. My sheet's not open. Okay. I think nothing of it.
Seems like he's just really busy. If you need anything, Bonnie will come get it for you. Just yell for her and she'll come over. And he walks away to go tend to the rest of his tables.
Kamala will start to pour herself a glass and ask, would anyone else like to join me? Because Durnan says you got something new from the Moon Elves.
Dear. It's never a question of do you, it's always yes for me. And she'll pour herself a glass as well.
Sister, please. One for me.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
These are living in a big city. They have all the
what?
They have all the different flavors, all the fancy things, many different things to try. It's not too bad living here.
So, Nap, as you're walking about the tavern, go ahead and just roll a percentile for me.
Oh, well, that's concerning. Okay. I don't know which is better, lower or higher.
Okay. So as you start to wheel about the tavern, just kind of making small talk with the various personages who are in the tavern,
Oh no.
many of them seem to just be, you would say it's probably about half locals and half adventurers. This tavern is very popular with the adventuring folk. You mean you kind of hear and eavesdrop and talk to people from all over the Sword Coast. Many coming from the north, south, east, some even further. But as you get to the eastern corner of the tavern, you see a 7-foot tall half-orc seems to be getting into a bit of an argument with a tall, but not quite as tall as she is, human man.
Whoa. He kind of does like that half jog, kind of jogs by, backs up a little bit, keeps running in place. And is kind of eavesdropping. Like, he's not trying to be sneaky about it. But
sharing a handout. That is the woman that you see. You can see that they're in a very heated conversation. You can't really make out too many words. It's a lot of grumbling. It's like grunt whispers is the best way to put it.
is it common?
Yes, it's common.
Oh, it is. Okay.
But you see at one point the bald human man takes his hands and shoves Yagra's shoulders away from him.
Ooh, that sounds like a bad idea.
And she stumbles backwards a little bit, and she cocks her head to the side, and she just smiles. Says, "You pig. Like killing me makes, does ya?" And just whoom! Right in the right across the side of the face for this man. And he goes down hard, shakes his head, spits, gets back up, and begins to tackle her. And you can see there are now a couple rougher-looking men were actually nearby them. And it seems like they are now blocking people from looking into the fight.
Do they look like they work for the Yawning Portal? Or are they with one of them?
Make a perception check.
Oh, I'm good at those as I roll a bad perception. Yeah, I rolled a bad, didn't I?
Actually, that's not too bad.
Oh, good. The one was on the other side. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
As you begin to see this tussle starting to take place,
Is this dude's posse?
So you notice on the other men who are surrounding this fight, you can see these small silver pins of an eye on their cloaks. They're not very obvious, but they are there. And you can see on the back of the half-orc's neck, it looks to be a black snake tattoo with wings. It's very brief that you see it in the tussle.
Do I see the same silver eye on the guy?
Yes, you do.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you don't see that
It goes flying.
on the man, because he doesn't have a pin. He actually has a that same eye symbol tattooed onto the top of his skull.
Does Laura see this happening?
Oh yeah, this is really loud. Because
She's
at
gonna
one
get
point
up
the half
run
orc
over.
the half orc backs up, cracks her knuckles, and roars before leaping back at the tattooed figure.
Can I start to subtly position myself so that if he comes flying in my general direction, I can go whoops and just throw him further? Like trip him or kind of help out without being in. It's like, oops.
How about
I spilled
anybody
my beer.
who's thinking about getting involved rolls initiative?
No, Laura, please.
Now,
just let
now,
them.
just to be
Oh,
clear,
she's already
this
gone.
doesn't necessarily mean we're in the fight.
Yeah.
We're just thinking about. Okay, well, clearly I
This
am.
is the easiest
Oh.
the earliest we could react.
I hate that you have to have a token. They should really have it so if you're selected in the drop-down menu, you can roll for it.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I would also like a token.
Just drag and drop it on
Oh,
the field.
right, you can do that. I forgot.
You can do it yourself, my man.
I can do that. I forgot.
Drag and drop.
Alright,
Right,
where's-
unzip it.
I need the
I done
yag.
ding dang did it.
Oh wait, no, that's what she's on.
Perfectly average, as all things should be.
I don't know how to do this.
So, your name, click and drag on your name.
In the character sheet,
The
The-
journal thingy.
Yeah. Actually, did you
Yeah.
fix that? No, you
Good
did.
job.
Okay, never mind.
If you don't want to get involved, you do not have to.
I'm causing trouble, for I am a trouble causer.
A rabble rouser.
And to roll
A
initiative,
delinquent, if you will.
You have to have your token selected and then hit the initiative in your sheet.
Just don't make me make a strength save. It's not negative, but it's not positive.
Hey. Sylvia is not getting involved at all.
Is that everybody who feels like they want to get involved?
I think so. I think that's 4 of the 5 of us.
All right.
If Mark Kamal is just watching, she might get involved, but she might not.
It's like, yeah, if he falls near me, I'll trip him.
Okay. Well, Laura, you're first. There is currently a heated bar brawl happening. You can see that there is a circle of men kind of pushing back the crowd that is trying to get a look on. There is a bald human man, quite tall, probably about like 6'2", fighting with a very tall half-orc bruiser-looking woman. And they are currently tossing on the ground.
Does she look drunk?
Make an insight check.
Ooh.
She
And
looks...
I also want to know if this is being done with, like, hateful.
Okay.
Like, or if it's
Um,
just more fun.
More of a
I'm
you
not-
started shit.
I'm
La, la,
not-
la.
Yeah, because I'm not so sure Laura would have overheard the first comment that she made.
This
Before
looks...
throwing a punch.
She looks sober and angry. Very angry.
Okay.
It doesn't look like she's murderous.
Who is she battling
she-
with again? Who?
Um,
I...
this guy.
This chunky space marine.
Okay. Cool.
If you're gonna tell me that token does not look like a fucking space marine, you're lying.
I'm gonna... If I need to, like, jump up or, like, get up on a chair to, like, see
Ooh,
better, like, I'm gonna do it. Or actually, you know what? I want to try to inch towards the edge of it, so if I need to jump in and, like, stop the fight,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be ready to do that.
Okay. You can, if you want to, move with half speed and move stealthily to try and get people so that people won't notice you. You would get closer. It wouldn't necessarily completely close the distance, but
I mean, I'm gonna nudge in. Like, I'm not trying to be stealthy.
Oh, okay. Then you are going to be met with a wall of two quite burly looking human men.
Yeah.
Arms crossed, they just look down at you.
I want a closer look, and then I try to push, like, nudge one out of the way. Like, I stick my hand out and, like, push his shoulder.
Okay, so you're gonna try to push him. I need you to make a what is that? A shove attack?
Athletics, I think.
Yeah.
Contested athletic.
Yeah. Let me take a look quick.
And this is why I made charisma my dump stat and kept some points in strength.
Yeah, let's see. You can make a special melee attack to
fool's
shove a
gambit.
creature. If you're able to make multiple blah blah blah. The target
This
must,
is the mind killer.
instead of making an attack roll, you make a strength athletic check, contested by theirs. All right. That is not enough. You will push him to the side so that you can move past. You knock him on his ass, essentially.
Damn. I didn't mean to push that hard. I say sorry. And then I look at the two fighting, and I'm just sort of just paying attention to them now.
Okay. Next up is 9.
I'm somewhat confused by the spatial awareness of this. So I'm still at the table, and there's two guys and Laura between me and the conflict, right?
Yes.
And
But Laura just shoved one of the thuggish-looking men to the ground.
can I not intervene yet? Can I do
Yeah.
nothing?
You don't have to do
I'd
anything.
like to do nothing.
Okay.
I don't want to help unless like anyone gets hurt, like that I know.
Mm-hmm. All right. Kamala, what are you doing?
I guess I want to get a look at who's dusting up in here, see if Kamal notices who they are and recognizes them.
Okay. So are you trying to get a look at the two people who are fighting?
Yeah.
Are you moving closer? Or just trying to get a vantage point to take a look at them?
More vantage point.
Okay. Because you could theoretically grab a chair, stand on top of it, and look.
Yeah, everyone's just, ooh, bar fight, let's figure out what it is, yeah?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then just perception?
Yeah.
11.
Alright, so you don't recognize the man, but you have seen the half-orc in this establishment before. Her name is Yagra Stonefist, and that's pretty much all you know about her.
Alright, I will just, Now, if we hold a spell, we lose it if we don't use it, right? We're doing that?
Correct.
I mean, that's how it's
Yes.
supposed to be, but...
Yeah, that is how we were going to do this.
I guess I'll just let my hand spark up with a shocking grasp if I need to use it, but that's only if something gets close to me.
Sure.
So I'm just holding that if something gets
Oh, you don't need to worry about losing that. Because it's a...
Oh no, I'm not
cantrip,
worried
yeah.
about. I'm not worried about the cantrip. I was going to hold something else.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
All right, Nap.
Nap is gonna he's gonna kind of halfway. I'm already kind of close to it, like vaguely around the bodyguards, and I see Laura push one of the guards over, so I kind of sneak. Nobody pay attention to me. I'm just an idiot. I am. And I'm positioning myself. Because if this guy gets shoved into me, I'm gonna trip him.
Okay.
It's gonna be... And I'm gonna play it off like he's just bumping into me.
Okay.
Because it's gonna be funny.
Okay.
Would you like me to roll anything to get into do anything?
No, you don't have to roll anything yet.
Okay.
Next up is going to be the group of humans. So the one that Laura just shoved to the ground is going to get up, place his hand on Laura's shoulder, spin her around, and then try to deck her across the face. That is an 18 to hit.
Yeah, I'm hit.
Okay. That's going to be 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
The...
Oh, yeah, never mind.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if it's lethal or non-lethal, right? It's just like the last hit.
It's just the last hit. Yeah, that's the only thing that matters.
Great.
Too many things. Yeah. Okay. The next bandit standing next to the one that just hit Laura is also going to take a swing at her, seeing that, you know, you knocked down his friend. It's not very nice. So that's going to be a 15 to hit.
To me?
Yes.
That misses.
It misses. All right. You manage to duck out of the way, and the punch goes wide. Next up is going to be the one attacking Yagra. He's going to make a punch attack. And as a natural one, he is going to kick wildly and end up flat on his back. The other two bandits are not getting involved yet. They are just going to hold actions if their leader gets compromised. Lastly is going to be Yagra, who is going to
compromise him.
Reel back, seeing that he is on the ground, get straight on top of him, kind of pinning him to the ground, and just with a big, wide grin on her face, boom! Right in the center of the face, and he gets knocked out cold. The other two thugs are going to now have their actions triggered, since their leader was just knocked out, and are going to attempt to jump on and pin Yagra to the ground.
Can I trip one of them?
Yeah, they are going to get within range to do that.
Excellent. I'm gonna just stick my foot out and go, oops. Do you want me to make a roll? Do you want me to make a check? Also, I'd like to do it as some form of, like, playing it off as an accident. So would that be stealth or sleight of hand?
Make an attack roll and a deception check.
Oh, well, okay.
Okay, that's definitely gonna hit.
Doof.
It does not look like an accident.
It's a very obvious... I think Nap just actually says, oops. And just, like, cranks his foot out.
Yep.
Whoops.
So you kind of whip your foot forward in such a way that it actually kind of just straight up kicks the guy. He loses his balance a bit, gets knocked to the side, and
kick his leg out.
Just takes a hard look at you as his shin is now throbbing in pain. But he is still going to pile on to Yagra.
Dinger.
That one's a natural 20 and that one's a 2.
Disadvantage.
So, the one manages to get his arms around Yagra and kind of is trying to restrain her. The other one, we'll just say that's the one that Nap hit. Too distracted by the pain in the leg and just kind of falls over forward, completely missing the target, instead landing on the unconscious body of their leader.
Free action.
Next,
never mind.
next up is Laura. You got two bandity guys on you.
Yeah, I'm punching the one that hit my face.
Okay.
Do you have proficiency in that, or?
No, this would be an unarmed strike. You do not have proficiency in unarmed strikes.
Oh my god.
Or
Did they roll with proficiency?
Don't you always have proficiency?
oh no, yeah, that's right. You have proficiency with unarmed strikes.
They just deal
but
1 damage.
They just deal 1 damage plus your strength modifier.
Do you even get your strength modifier?
Yes, you do.
Oh, okay.
It's 1 plus whatever your strength modifier is, and that's it.
Yeah. I get to roll a d4, and I'm happy about that.
Yep, and you get to add your dex too.
Oh yeah.
Monks, man.
Okay, I'm just gonna. I don't have a button for the. Can I just strength check? No.
Yes.
Strength saving throw.
Sure.
No, I don't. I don't have proficiency. Or I do. I do have proficiency.
You do have proficiency.
So
Just
I'm
roll
gonna
a
hit
20 and add it, and you can just tell me like what the addition is. Because I think it's just a +2 and a
Okay. Yeah.
whatever
+2,
you're.
+2. Yeah. So I got a 13.
Yeah.
That gonna hit him?
It's 15 total, right? Then.
Oh. No, your strength. You rolled a 9. Your proficiency is a +2, and the strength is a +2, so it is just a 13. That does actually hit.
Yes.
So you deal 3 damage.
Sweet.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have anything special.
Next up is 9.
I don't know if I want.
You don't have to get
Get
involved.
involved. I
You
really
absolutely do not have to.
don't. Yeah, so like I'm gonna let them pick their own fights on this one. And I kind of shoot a look at Kamala and say I don't know about this one.
I think Laura might need a little help here in a moment. I don't know. But Kamala looks like she's about to go in.
I mean, and Kamala, it is your turn right after 9, so.
Yeah, so is 9 not going to do anything? Is it my turn then?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to go up, so if I can get in melee with the 2 that are attacking Laura.
You can.
And we will twin Shocking Grasp. 1 on each.
Okay.
That'll be 1. Oh, wait, I don't have... Never mind, I can't do that yet.
Oh, yeah, you don't
I'll
have,
do it on,
you don't have
I'll
sorcery
I'll
points
get
yet,
close to 1.
Okay.
And, not in range of the other one. Whatever one looks...
Taser hand.
Least hurt.
Okay,
and-
that would be the one that Laura hasn't hit yet, so.
Shit. 8. Shit.
Yep, no, that's not gonna hit, unfortunately.
I'm gonna play it off. And be like, do my best
Oops.
pull up noble thing and say, I suggest you leave this alone, friend. And like the light sparking with just a warning.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And that's it.
You can make an intimidation check with that if you want.
Sure, why not?
Okay. He seems a little shaken. Your fingers, crackling with energy, and with the way you carry yourself, he's led to believe you have some kind of importance in the city. Nap?
Oh, I hear there's a man on the ground next to me.
Yes, there is.
What kind of action is it to pour my beer on his face?
It's a free action.
Oops. There goes the beer. I pour right in his eyes.
Okay. He just kind of squints.
Can I tell how many times I have to punch this man before he stops intervening?
Well, this is the one that you previously kicked.
Yeah.
So not a whole lot.
All right. So I'm gonna do a swift kick to the gut, and we'll go from there.
Okay. That hits. And
Does he tap out?
he looks like he's in pain and is not going to get back up again. He's not unconscious.
Yeah,
but he's done.
He's out of the fight, is what
Yeah.
I mean to say.
Yeah.
Okay. And can I attack the other one? Can I move in and hit the other one?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if he was grappling and that kind of.
It is.
threw
He
things
is
off.
grappling Yagra right now, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Okay. Well, as my bonus action, I'm going to use another unarmed strike. That's kind of
That hits. You
kick him in the
whap
head. Whap! Box his ears.
kick, kick
kick.
him right across the side of the head. He shakes his head, he looks at you, and he's
Whap.
just like, what the fuck?
I wasted my beer on the other guy.
At this point, it's the thugs now. The one that lets go of Yagra and
Oh,
puts
no.
up his hands and starts backing away. He's going to disengage and move
Fair.
away.
Good choice. Good option.
The other two seeing this and looking like it's not going to end well for them, they all do the same thing. We don't want any trouble. We're just going to take him and leave. So the two that are on Laura are going to go over to the man on the ground and attempt to hoist him up on their shoulders and carry him out. And the one that's on the ground is just going to kind of like groan, get up, kind of put his hand on the side of the well, get his breath back, and starts walking away. Just shaking his head. Seems like the combat is now pretty much over. Yagra isn't looking super hot, and as you look behind you, you do see that Durnan has moved out from behind the bar and was making his way towards you guys, but seeing that it has mostly wrapped up, is going to instead make sure that the thuggish-looking individuals do leave.
Darnin, do you got a mop? I got beer on your floor.
He just opens the doors as he's looking at the rest of the thugs and says, "Out now!" And they just kind of raise their hands and they start leaving. He shakes his head, shuts the door again. All right, everybody, back to their business. Yagra, don't start shit in my tavern. And she just shouts, Sorry, Durnan.
Pretty sure she finished it.
Apologies. And Durnan takes his place behind the bar yet again, begins to fill orders back. Yagra gets up, wipes the blood from the side of her mouth with the back of her fist. I didn't really need the help per se, but I'm not going to say I didn't appreciate it, so thanks, I guess.
Nap has gone off to look for a mop. He feels bad for.
Okay, make
getting
an
too
investigation
caught
check.
up. Oh no. Let's just assume he doesn't make it. Oof. Did he super not make it? Oh.
No, not really, not at all.
I can't find a mop.
No. You desperately try to search anywhere for a mop on the tavern floor, but by the time you do see one, you can see it's kind of like moving on its own. But then you look up and you see it's in the hand of a waitress who's now mopping up the mess. And she just kind of gives you a curious look before getting back to her work.
Yeah, that's fair.
You sort of seen Yagra around. Does she have any sort of reputation or anything, or just don't you know?
You know her as a bruiser. She likes to talk big, kind of boastful, but that's about it. As she stands back up again, kind of shaking the fight off. Well, thanks, I suppose. If you don't mind, I can get drinks for your table. Probably would have overwhelmed me if you hadn't stepped in.
Why don't you join us? We have some already.
She looks to your table.
Give us a show.
Well, shows are pretty easy to come by here, honestly, but I won't turn down free drink if I'm getting it. What do you got? Ale? I don't want none of that fancy elven shit.
Come on, laughs.
Well,
free booze is free booze.
She kind of just gives you a look as she sits down. She kind of waves Bonnie over.
If you can't handle the stronger stuff, I understand.
It's not that it's not strong. It's just... there's something about it. The sweet... It's like the sweet... the alcohol.
Oh, you're doing a big
fucks
break
me
there.
up.
Each their own.
Bonnie comes over. Is there anything I can be getting for any of you? Yagra nods and says, give us a round of fire water on me. I don't know about the rest of them. Whatever they want, I guess.
Guess we're having wine with a firewater chaser.
Nap dejectedly wakes his way back to the table, and he looks sad. Says, I'll have a nail. Because he couldn't find a mop.
Yeah, Laura's gonna return to the table too. Sort of just gonna have a bruise.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, you can see there's like a bit of a shiner starting to form on the cheekbone there.
You know, Laura, this isn't just like any old creature you find in the woods. You can't just, growl and intimidate them and make them your friends. This isn't griffins,
Well, I just wanted to see what was going on. I didn't mean to start a fight.
No,
More of a
no,
fight.
you didn't. You just got a little welcoming gift.
Yeah. Perfect words for it.
All right, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 fire waters and an ale. Then anything else? Food?
Oh yes, yes. Something else to fill my stomach as well. Whatever food you have.
All right. We do have a couple things on the menu for tonight. Are you interested, or just dealer's choice?
Something that would suit a good palate. I don't mind paying for it.
All right.
Just take the house special tonight.
All right. Everybody interested in food, or just two of
Yes.
y'all?
Yes, please.
3.
Yes, please.
All right. 4. Anybody else?
I missed.
She looks at Nap.
I missed the question.
Oh, this is food.
was napping.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Very much, yes. Food.
All right. 5. And Yagra? And she nods her head. All right. So 6 fire waters, dinner for everybody, and an ale for Mr. And she looks at Nap. What's your name, sweetheart?
Well, you can call me Afternoon Nap. Just nap
Alrighty.
for short.
And an ale for afternoon nap. I'll be right back. Lady Skyflame, will that be going on the tab, or are we just paying for this? And Yagra kind of gives Kamala a look at that and says, "Fire water's on me. Everything else, that's on them."
How closely do you want me to be keeping tabs on this? I'm like, is it like the 2 GP limit and that's it, or is it like?
No, I'm keeping
As long
tabs
as I'm
on.
not-
I'm keeping track
Okay.
of it. There will be a bill at some point that gets sent to the estate. Like there's like a weekly every 10 day there's a bill that goes to the estate.
Okay, because it's like the strict wording is 2 GP per day, and but I figure that falls kind of like an average thing, and it's not.
Yeah, there's a little bit more leeway. There can be a little bit more leeway. Durnan is pretty strict, but he's willing to give more forgiveness for people who pay their tabs on time, and also definitely for the nobility. So,
Okay. Yeah, on the tab as usual.
yeah, I mean, his establishment doesn't really get too many nobility. Yeah,
Like I kind of
and
figure
you're
like Kamala
you're one
might,
of the you're one of the good ones. So
like I might not do something one day, and we just what do you call it when you spread it out over like 10, I might have a
Yeah.
real good feast one day, and then but like what we say, I spent $2, 2 GP each day, make
Yeah,
it look good
yeah.
for the bucks.
sure. All right, I'll be right back with your order. Just no more fighting, please. Shit gets real interesting around here. We don't need anything else. And she'll spin around and walk away.
So yeah, is this just your normal everyday showing, or did you have? Why am I going southern like Nap?
It catches on.
Yeah.
It's
Or
it's like yawning. It just goes around the table.
yeah, or this gentleman piss you off in particular.
Well, and she kind of leans in on the table and kind of waves for you to lean in closer if anybody would like to listen. She's going to be speaking in more hushed tones.
Definitely leaning in.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to know, those fuckers are part of the Xanathar Guild. And I don't really take too kindly to them trying to rough me or any of my friends up. which I'm sure you could understand.
I'm a little new to Waterdeep, so tell me about this guild.
Ugh.
I tried to read it in this pamphlet, but it's only been... haven't had much time to read it. Why do you not like them?
You picked an interesting group to pick a fight with, Laura.
They're real bastards, is the best way to put it. Crazy, thieving bastards. Murderers. Assholes. They started this damn war, and now it's raging about the streets. All stupid. I mean, at least it makes things a little bit interesting, but it just makes lots of people's jobs harder. But I can tell none of you probably have any love for the seedy underbelly of Waterdeep.
Oh, it depends what parts
I
we're
look
talking
around
about.
the table.
I cannot say one way or another, but on the whole they are unhelpful.
What about you two Tabaxi over there? Being real quiet.
Can't say I've ever been down there.
I don't recommend it. And she's just kind of staring at Nap, waiting for any kind of response.
He's kind of preoccupied in his ale at the moment.
Bonnie
we
hasn't
need to
come
waste-
back with the
Oh,
Bonnie
well,
hasn't come back with the food and the ale yet.
He's thinking about it
He's
real hard.
probably like just staring at the bar, just
Mostly,
waiting,
then his
waiting.
empty mug. I shouldn't have spilled that beer. Huh?
And we don't know what guild Jaeger's part of. I mean, I recognize the symbol, but we don't know, right?
Well,
Well,
what's your
given-
passive perception again?
My passive perception is precisely 13.
13.
I mean, I don't want to be a jerk and all, but given her disdain for such a group, I imagine she is directly opposed to.
Opposed to what?
She is directly opposed to said group.
Oh, me? I mean, I guess you could say that. Most people hate their kind in the city anyways. But if you are looking for work, I do have somebody who is looking to recruit, if you're interested. And it is at this point that Bonnie comes back with a wide tray set with 6 shot glasses and a mug of ale. And she sets down the tray at the table, lets you all grab one, then picks the tray back up again. I'll be back with the food in a little bit. Is there anything else I can get for anybody?
No, thank you, Bonnie.
I'm
She
good,
nods.
quite fine, thank you.
She nods, walks away, and begins to grab more drinks from the bar to give out to people.
What kind of job were you speaking of?
Well,
Big monsters.
potentially.
Please don't insult the good people of Waterdeep like that.
Ouch.
She just shakes her head. If you're actually interested, tell me, how much do you know about the Zentarim? And as she says that,
Oh.
um,
Oh no.
where's my tab? Where'd my tab go? Oh, yes, okay.
You know the question, how much do we know?
As the night grows longer, more and more people filter into the bar looking for food, entertainment, and drink. Most patrons look to be your average citizens, hard workers all, with the occasional adventurer type mixed in wearing their armor and fully armed. Drinking near the well entrance, you see what looks to be a group of well-to-do, scholarly-looking human men, all chanting something, which slowly grows louder and louder, which you can now hear at this point. Dip, 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 dip. A young man, obviously a little drunk, stands up, takes a big drink of his ale, then walks up to the bar. He slaps a gold piece down onto the bar, the wooden surface. Durnan nods, reaches under the bar, and pulls out a bell and hands it to the man. The other people cheer, and the man begins to strip off his clothes and minimal weaponry. After he's down to his underwear, he walks out onto the small wooden platform that hangs over the tavern's namesake. A cable is lowered from above. It has a looped end to stand on. The man takes one more chug of beer, drops the tankard down into the hole, then the rope begins to lower down into the yawning portal.
What the fuck?
What?
What the fuck?
Can I get up and go over to the portal and like look down the hole?
Like that.
Oh, absolutely. As you get up, more and more tavern patrons are beginning to stand and are crowding around the entrance to the well. As you look down, you can see the man's face look up, and he gives a quick thumbs up before he disappears beyond
I'm asking
your
the
sight.
person next to me what they're doing.
And he disappears into the darkness. Well, you must be new here. This is a woman. She has her darker skin, hair pulled back into a ponytail. She wears a simple vest and a scarf, and has her arms folded as she looks down. What is this woman's voice? I'll just go with generic English accent, I guess. That would be somebody entering into the Undermountain, first level. Don't recommend it. And as soon as he passes down into the darkness, you can hear people starting to shout out bets. I'll bet a silver he's ringing that bell before he hits the bottom. Another says, I bet two nibs he stays down 3 minutes and comes up with the cup. And you just hear all of these different bets taking place. And you can see one or two opportunistic people beginning to gather up coins for various sides of the bets to hand out when all is said and done. And the woman who's standing next to you, Laura, waves one of them over. Let's go. 2 shards. He makes it up with the cup, like that other person said. Hands it to the person who's taking bets. He nods. Takes a look at you, Laura.
I'm new. I don't have any money to spend.
Yeah. He just shrugs and begins to wheel about the tavern, and he's taking money off of people. Anybody else doing anything while this is all happening?
I imagine I've seen this before and not too interested in it. It happens, you know.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time in the tavern, and I've seen this happen over and over.
Yeah, I don't like
Yes.
the big dark hole. I don't like it.
Yagra stands up and says, 5 shards, he's dead! A couple people scream, and with loud cheers. The person who's taking bets takes Jaeger's 5 silver. He doesn't even make it up all the way. Something big's gonna come out of there and eat him. And she sits back down, slams back the fire water, just with a big grin on her face.
I asked the girl, are there really large creatures down there?
So terrible.
Oh yes, you're definitely new here. You don't look really ready to go under there. This is a stupid bet people like to do. It's called dipping. It started out, from what I understand, adventurers would go down just to see if they could last for a little while. Started out fully armed and armored, but you know, they just kept raising the stakes. Take your armor off, can't go in without any weapons, no wands or magic. Go in your underwear, and here's where we are. So, quite dangerous. The Undermountain is a very dangerous place. Durnan, over there, is the guard keeper, I guess, for the entrance into it. Makes sense. He is one of the few people who has went down there and made it out alive, and was richer to boot, so...
Richer? How
So,
much is down there?
well...
No end to it if you believe the tales.
Yeah, that's probably a good way to put it. There's a lot. And from some of the way the stories are told, it goes on forever, and no matter how much you take out, it just keeps replenishing itself.
Say, wow. And I look over the edge.
So after about a minute or so, the rope stops, meaning that the man made it to the bottom, and suddenly the tavern gets very quiet. Although there are a few unhappy grunts in the exchange of coin from the people that bet he wouldn't make it to the bottom. A minute passes. You see the rope move slightly here and there. 2 minutes pass. Almost 3 minutes pass, and then the sound of a bell begins to echo up the hole. The rope begins to be pulled up, and the hole seems unnaturally dark, and you can't see anything past 40 feet. Suddenly, you see the man appear on the end of the rope, one hand holding the rope, the other holding the tankard up triumphantly. There were yells of joy and defeat from the tavern. Just as he crests the lip of the well, you suddenly see some movement from below him. The form of a troll solidifies as it climbs quickly up the shaft, and the crowd starts yelling and pointing, but the man on the rope doesn't seem to understand. As he places one foot down onto the platform, the troll catches him, bites down, and he screams in pain. The troll climbs up onto the platform and lets out a terrible roar, echoing about the tavern. You see Durnan reach up and grab a greatsword that's hanging behind the bar, then vault up the bar top and yells, "Troll! Any help gets a free round on me!" And he jumps down and lunges at the troll. And I would like for everybody to roll initiative.
Holy shit.
All I wanted to do was have
okay.
a moment to talk.
Troll
Oh,
in
I
the
wish this
dungeon.
was our background before. This makes so much sense.
Oh, but then you
Yeah,
would've-
well, I
then you
didn't
would've
want to
known.
spoil it.
All I wanted was a moment to talk, but no, this had to happen.
Can I move Laura
Oh
close?
yeah, there we go. That's a good one right there. Where did I? Oh, it's not.
I mean, yeah, no offense, Sylvia probably would have been in the back, so if you just want to switch with me, like, yeah.
I was looking over the edge.
Yeah, and kind of on the same vein, I would have been in the back next to Kamala, and Nap would have been closer, remember?
Yeah, however you want to obviously switch your things around. By the way, that's the woman you were talking to.
Okay.
Battle music. Alright. So as Durnan gets over there, slashes into the troll's hide. Where's his thingy-ma-do at? There he is. And is it alright. So he makes 4 incredibly quick slashes with his great sword, one of which goes a bit wide. As this happens, about a half dozen sturges that were latched onto the troll's back begin to fly up and swarm around. And just as it's, we'll say the end of Durnan's turn, he looks back to you all and says, "Deal with the sturges, I'll get the troll."
I think we have to reorder the turn order.
Yeah, I haven't fucked with it yet. The first round happens basically without your guys' involvement.
No, this higher roll, it's like I'm at 17 and I'm still like last practically.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, everybody got really high when I was pre-rolling initiative. This fucking Sturgis rolled a natural 20.
Damn. They really want to bite shit.
Alright.
I don't know what a sturge is.
Yeah, are they like head crab type things? Or...
No.
Mosquito.
They're
Imagine a
kind
manta
of
ray.
like... Yeah, they're like... imagine a bat, a hairless rat, and a mosquito. Let me see. There are handouts for this thing.
I was gonna say. Oh, good God, that is exactly all of those 3 things. Ugh.
It has like a long, fleshy proboscis that it uses to suck the blood. Let me find
God.
the
That is one
handout.
That's a snoot. It's a droop snoot.
There you go. That is a sturge.
Yuck.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting.
That's fucking horrifying. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Here's what it says. This horrid creature looks like a cross between a large bat and an oversized mosquito.
Ooh.
Its legs end in sharp pincers, and its long, needle-like proboscis slashes the air as it seeks its next meal. So the sturges are up first.
Whoa.
And they are going to just spread out and start... let's see, what's their... Yep, gonna go on him. Here.
Ew.
Here. Here. And then here. So these are just going to attack some normal people. Lots of melee weapon attacks. So there's 6 of them. I'm just going to roll 60-20. We'll work our way around. Hit. Kamala, that is a... Yeah, that's like a 20 to hit. Blaster, that's a 15. I think that'll actually miss his AC. It does miss his AC. Laura, 15 to hit.
That misses.
And
16.
against Abaya, that is...
Is that like a 20 to hit, or it was a 20 to hit?
It's like a 21.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Then
21
like
to
a
hit.
19. I could have done something about it, but no.
No, it's a AC. Okay. Yeah, it is a 21 to hit. So, the Sturge latches onto you, Kamala. And it deals 5 points of piercing damage. You can see these two other Sturges latch on to these other patrons at this other table. The other Sturges are unable to latch on. Next up is Nap.
All right, Nap is going to. These are actual patrons, or are the patrons?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, right here, I'm gonna try and yoink that one out of the air. The claws come out. Oh, they're asking for it now.
Is Nap just going crazy with all these things flying around?
Oh, that doesn't
You
hit.
know,
I already know that
WWE
doesn't
here.
hit. Does it?
Oh, let's go now, brother.
Nope, the 11 does not hit.
Oh, but what about a second? Oh, I'm sorry. That was meant to be claws, but
It's okay.
it's the same.
The 22 hits. And which one are you hitting?
This one on the left here.
Okay, that is enough. It is out.
It's just like, yeah.
You basically grab it off of the patron that it latched onto and slam it onto the floor, and it just splats in a little burst of blood and flesh.
All right.
Is that all now?
Yeah, that's about all I can. Oh, dumb and idiot. No, never mind. Yeah, we're good.
That's it? Okay.
Yep, we're good.
Next up is Durnan.
Oh, no.
Durnan is going to make even more attacks against this troll with his greatsword. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All of them hit. Okay. All solid hits. The troll looks pretty much near death, but you can see as the troll's turn starts, some of those wounds do close over, and the troll is going to attempt to claw and bite at Durnan. 2 claw attacks, one of which hits, and then a bite. Bite misses. You can see Durnan straining against the troll as he lifts his greatsword up to block most of the attack, but you can see there's some sweat dripping from his brow. Laura?
I'm gonna attack the one that's next to me.
Okay.
So I pull out my saber in my main hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I attack with it.
Alright. That's gonna miss.
Okay.
Is that all?
Yep.
Alright. 9. Wait.
I'm maneuvering away from the edge.
Okay. I mean, it's like a
There's a railing.
4-foot high
Okay,
stone wall, so you'd have to get like pushed in. 9.
Did anyone get hit hard? Kamala looks like she took damage, eh?
I took about half of my health, but should be
Alright.
okay.
Well, we didn't rest, so I only get 1 spell, so...
I mean, I'll probably be okay, realistically.
Yeah, it might be wise to conserve spell slots.
Yeah. I'd like to... I'm gonna Vicious Mockery... actually, who goes next? Kamala and Sylvia? Never mind. I don't need to help them. They got that together. I'm gonna help
There's a patron all by himself with the dude.
Yeah, fuck him. I don't know him.
Wow.
How far is...
What's your alignment?
If you use the ruler tool, you can. It's the
Yeah,
little circle with
that's
the
what I was
ruler in
trying
it.
to
Yep,
figure
there you
out.
go.
Oh my god, this is... I didn't realize how big this place was.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's huge. Okay, so... The range on this is 60 feet, so I can use it. I'd like to Vicious Mockery Laura's target. How much health does it have? Do I know?
We don't know.
You do
Oh,
not
yeah,
know.
I don't know.
A better question would be asked, has it been hurt yet?
Yeah.
The only
No.
one that's been hurt yet has been killed.
Okay.
Okay, great. So, I'm gonna roll.
Okay, it will make a wisdom saving
Ooh,
throw.
Trip.
nice.
Wow, yeah.
That is a 7.
Crit-
They are not very
yeah.
wise. And how do you viciously mock this Sturge to death because it dies?
I forgot. I gotta keep thinking about these. I didn't plan any insult.
You got to pull up a generator or something for next time. You don't have to do it now, but
No.
just keep in mind.
Maybe something about getting bats out of the belfry.
Yeah, you could get one of those lists of Shakespeare jokes,
That's what I'm doing.
Shakespearean insults. Will that be all 9?
Yeah, that'll be it.
Okay. Kamala.
There you go. You disgusting muck spout.
You can
Alright.
can see it like act confused, and then it just kind of shrivels up on itself and falls to the floor.
I'm going to place a sleep spell so I hit all 4 of these Sturges that are remaining.
Nice.
Okay. Roll them hit die, or well, yeah, just roll the dice, I guess.
Okay, not good. I guess I have to change that, but we'll work on that. 5.
Hey, that's pretty good.
All right, so
Low HP to higher HP.
yep.
Oh no.
Let's see who else goes to sleep because
What
you
else?
get all the Sturges.
What's the leftover?
Yeah.
More members going down.
Oh no.
I can't. I'm not half elf.
Okay, yeah, Laura,
Oh.
you're
Nope. I have 9 hit points, so do with that what you will.
Nap falls asleep.
Ah.
Wait,
Good.
he's not going to be in range, I don't think. It's only 20 feet. Yeah, he's out of it.
Oh, good.
Wait,
Oh, okay.
wait, no, he's not. No, he's not. Sorry.
Less
I
good.
forgot, I mixed up my tabaxi.
Okay. Nap falls asleep.
What about that other dude who's next to the Sturge?
Oh, he's up.
Okay.
I did not put that on you.
For clears, I
Well.
put it here. So let's
Well.
see, 20.
Yeah, we're going lowest to highest.
While Nap is taking a nap, I'm going to go fix myself a small food.
And
Sleep.
eat it when you wake up.
Sleep. Sleep.
No, I think that this square was the best.
No, I had to get this one over here.
Oh no, that kid's yourself. Oh, alright.
I'll have to make that magical thing again. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just do it right now. Let's see.
Guess I don't have to worry about
Minimize.
myself. Don't have to worry about the half elves because we're immune to sleep.
Yeah. But since you're immune to it, does that still use up some of the hit points?
That's an excellent question. I don't know.
I don't.
Why don't you look that out while I'm making up this token?
It says aren't affected by, but it doesn't say isn't you. Just hit point or moving, and then just aren't affected.
Well, Stack Exchange, the highest voted answer says you have it exactly correct. The health in the area of the spell is affected in ascending HP order and sucks up the appropriate amount of the payload, it's just going to have no effect and represents the waste of some of the spell's output. But that's just a popularity thing. I haven't found anything.
So popularity says it does waste some of the spell if they are immune. Correct? Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's what it does make sense to me. But 9 would be still asleep, I think.
You mean nap?
Yeah, nap. Sorry.
Yeah,
Guys
we
both picked
end names.
ends.
Sorry.
McMurl says nope, since they're immune, ignore them.
I feel like any like someone that casts sleep shouldn't consider themselves a target. Like, I mean, I know you're immune to your own sleep, but, right? Is that the situation? Is that sleep makes the caster immune?
No, it's not.
Or is it that you're conveniently immune?
I'm conveniently immune because I'm a half elf.
Okay, so then, yeah, I would count you. Because it's not a part of the spell. The spell doesn't care what you are.
Ah, son of a bitch. Forgot to give everybody access to it. Controlled by... What the fuck? What's happening here? There it goes. All players.
So Mike Merle says no. Popular answer is yes. DM decision.
One second. I'm almost done with the... There we go. Alright,
Take
so
the
you
time
should be
to
able
think
to...
about it, because you're making a forever choice. Just one.
What is it, a 20-foot square?
Yeah.
Or radius,
Is it radius or square?
From a point, 20 feet of point with.
Yeah, 20 feet so radius.
Yes. Alright, pop that shit down where you want it.
That pretty much would have been where I wanted it, because I want to get all the sturges. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I can affect it without.
2. Uh-huh. So we're going to take Nap away. Who's the next lowest?
I might not have thought this through 100%, but sturges can be surprisingly troublesome if they get lucky.
They can be. Right, so that was 5. I'll say that I don't know. To me, in my mind, it makes sense that even though you're immune, it would still suck up some of the hit points, which could be
a benefit and a negative, depending on the situation.
Yeah, it could be a benefit or a negative, but I feel like if we want to, we can decide this as a group because I'm fine either way. But what do you guys think? Do we want it to like suck up hit points on the half elves or elves, like people who'd be immune to it, or it just wouldn't affect them and it would just keep going around?
I heard there was a rules question.
Yeah, we're talking about sleep.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was making a bowl of chili. What's the...
So, Kamala casted sleep.
Yep.
It is going to hit some of the elves in the party. Elves don't sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep hits a number of targets depending on how many hit points, like a hit point total that you roll. Do you count the elves even though they're immune? Personally, I think you count the elves because the spell is the spell and the elves are the elves. So, like, if an enemy were to cast it on you guys would be counted in the hit point total. You just happen to be an ally casting the same spell. It's like casting Fireball. You know, if you were immune to fire, it would still try to hit you.
Yeah, I agree with that too, because that's also one of those spells like, okay, I want to cast sleep to this group of enemies. No one falls. Oh! I want to cast rats.
I
Another rat.
agree. I think you should still subtract the elves' HP.
I think it's the less fun answer, but I think it's like as intended.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think it's a this or that, but like, as long as we keep it, like, doesn't actually matter a whole bunch as long as we keep it
Yeah,
Just
it just
saying.
needs to be consistent.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
sleep is eventually going away as a sorcerer. It's only good for about
Yeah.
5 levels.
It really doesn't scale super well. So, Nap, you were not asleep
Oh, good.
because the other hit points got sucked into Kamala and Laura. So,
You just said, is it afternoon? Maybe.
Oh, feeling like a trance right about now.
the rest of the Sturges are asleep, though. Will that be all, Kamala?
That'll be all.
All right. Sylvia.
Looking around, seeing the asleep Sturges. Well, it seems you've got this one, Kamala. Time to be dramatic. And going to short bow the big guy.
Okay.
And it is going to say, for the aesthetic, and fires.
Okay.
Wow.
That is going to miss.
That is all I'm doing.
Right. But that magical effect that I made, that's right at the top, can be clicked and can be dragged onto the field, and has auras that you can edit and add, and everybody should be able to see them, and everybody can move the token around. So, just general purpose magical effect token. So we have that, whenever we need it. For shit like sleep and fireball, which we don't have to deal with for a while, but it's there. Next up is the man sitting by the fireplace. He stands up, looks at the Sturge, that is now sleeping oh so peacefully on the ground, and is going to stab it with advantage to kill it. Taking his longsword from his hip, and that does indeed kill it. Then he's going to get up, walk over. It's equidistant. He's going to go over to here and do the same thing to this one, finishing it off. Next up are the Sturges, who are asleep. Also, these plans change so they go away. Yeah, Sturges. Nap.
All right. Not asleep. Ooh. So all the Sturges are taken care of. So I'm going to Nap's gonna run over here, kind of. Crap. Because he can't. And he's gonna kind of like brush his pant legs, and then like haul back his arm and then let go of something.
Is that at the troll?
Yeah.
Okay, yep, that hits.
And then he's gonna move a step closer and kick it.
That 13 will miss.
Okay. And that's about all.
Okay. Next up is Dernan's turn. He's just going to look to you, Nap, and shake his head. You best be backing up. This thing isn't going down without a little bit of assistance. Anybody got any fire? And he's then going to go 1, 2. Yep, that's enough. That's going to knock it out. But seeing as it is the troll's turn, it is going to regenerate. Getting back up from prone And let's flip a coin, see who it attacks.
Oh boy.
I only threw a dart at it.
1, 2. All right.
To be
lucky, your lucky day. It is attacking Durnan. Claw. Bite.
Thinking back to that troll we fought, and Treasure Hunter's like, those things hit like a truck, man, because I got hit by one.
All right.
Did you catch the
That-
license plate of it?
That is the troll's turn. It swipes out with its hand, clawing at Durnan, who takes a bit of a brush of it to his arm, but you can see that he's starting to look a little worn. Still pretty good, but you know he is struggling a little bit. Laura.
I'm going to switch. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna switch to my bow.
Okay.
I take it back.
Okay.
And I'm gonna fire an arrow
All right.
at the troll's face.
All right. Go for it. That 15 just hits.
Sweet.
Next up is 9.
I'll viciously mock the troll.
Okay.
Let me dig into my list.
Okay, it rolled a 7, so whatever damage you do, it will go through. A 1.
Oh no.
Hey, at least he has disadvantage, so.
Take that, you Quizbee.
He just, the troll just looks at you and scowls and snarls in your general direction, confused and winces in pain. Next up is Kamala.
On it, Durnan, and I will start to conjure up a firebolt and try to hit the troll.
That 16 hits. It is just barely up.
Yeah, and that's gonna be it.
But you can see as your firebolt strikes into its flesh, you can hear it roars out in pain, echoing about the tavern. And for Laura and 9, who are right at the yawning portal entrance, it echoes for a long time as it travels down the well. Next up, Sylvia.
Second verse, same as the first. Back to the portal from which you came. Hey, there we go.
Nice. That hits, and that will do it. It goes unconscious. Next up, the man is going to. He's just clearing out the. Let's see, does he have a? Nah, he just got his sword. So he's gonna come over to you guys. Just give a swift nod as he takes his longsword down, stabbing it into the sturge, killing it. And he's gonna start walking over to the other one. He doesn't get very far. That's most of his movement. Actually, that was all of his movement.
Well, at least I have something I can finally write about and put into a good little sonnet.
Next up are the Sturges, but again, they are asleep. that's pretty much the combat. You guys are basically just going to wrap up dealing with the Sturges. The man on the platform has now bled out and is unfortunately dead. Move you guys back to the landing. Ripperino.
Dead the boy.
F.
Press F to pay respects.
F.
Dead boy.
Dead the boy. Dead the boy.
God damn, you do it so well.
Durnan just takes his sword after the troll falls to the ground from the last arrow that came shooting out of Sylvia's bow, and swiftly chops off the head and kicks the troll's body down into the hole, picks up the troll's head, shakes it, and he shakes his own as he holds it up. As he jumps off the platform, he says, where's it at? Round of drinks on the house. Trolls special. As he jumps off the platform, begins to walk back towards the bar. The tavern erupts in applause and claps, shouts. Everybody is quite excited. He looks over to you guys as he holds up the troll head. Anybody interested?
Yes.
That's the exact reaction she has.
He tosses it to you. It comes
Just
spinning through the air.
clean it up, please.
Laura, go ahead and make a dexterity check. You catch it rather effortlessly, managing to not get any blood on your hands from the stump. Durnan removes a cloth from his belt and begins to wipe down his sword as he wheels around back behind the bar and places it back onto the wall and begins pouring some drinks.
Kamala, dear, you do look a bit hurt. You mind if I go take care of that in private? I need to make sure there's nothing nothing wrong with it. Don't want any nasty little worms in there or whatever.
Care of it in private. I
Yeah.
just rest a moment. It should be fine.
No. Make sure someone of your standing is well taken care of.
Of course, but I'm no delicate flower. As you see.
I am quite sure you are not, but I am just taking care of my newfound friends. That's all.
Well, if you insist. And she seems a little like, but like, okay.
Is there like a quiet corner that we could get away to?
Sure.
Lead Kamala there.
There is a restroom.
Yeah, okay. I'll take her to the restroom.
Okay.
Okay, girls, let's go to the bathroom. We all go in a herd. You know how it works.
I mean, it's a tavern. You when you go to a bar, you have to go in pairs. Safety first.
So I'm gonna take her in there and I'll make sure there's nobody else in the bathroom at the moment.
Yep. You give a couple quick knocks. You hear 1 minute. 1 minute. Always got to be rushing people. And you hear some stumbling about. The door swings wide open, Just the man gives you a dirty look before stumbling out into the bar, and he sees that there's some blood and a corpse on the platform, and he goes, "Oh shit! Did I
Missed it,
miss
buddy.
it?
You did, buddy.
Yeah.
Damn it!"
By the way, I did land the killing blow on the creature. You should have seen it. It was wonderful.
Yeah, he just looks at you, says, "Piss off," and he walks off.
That's why I was going to the restroom.
Kamal tells her that. He goes in.
Get Kamala and I into the restroom and close the door behind us.
Okay. Door is shut.
Okay, come on, dear. I'd like to take this time now, before any other excitement happens. I believe that there might be something going on with the Foxcroft. Whether for good or for ill, I do not know, but I know there's something suspicious going on. I have heard things that those rumors that mysteriously vanished about her. You do remember those rumors, did you?
Yes. They did stop quite abruptly.
Well, I heard a rumor that they were stopped by her paying off the Xenotrim. Now, whether this rumor is true or not does not matter, because if the Xanathar also heard of this rumor, it would assume that Lady Foxcroft is good and equal game, and that hurting her would be a blow against the Xenotrim. So, we should probably make sure she has no connection to ensure that the Xanathar do not continue to come after her.
Yeah. I mean, she knows what she's getting involved in. You can get mixed up with the Zentarum. But,
don't know. if-
Zentarim.
if
It's
Zentarim.
called the Zentarim.
Paula and it's
Okay,
Zentarum.
Kamala.
Then again,
And it's
Got
also
'em.
magicians. It's not magicians, it's magicians. And,
Sylvia?
Tone, not tune.
Sylvia Moon.
and no offense, but if we do want to continue to have a relationship with Lady Foxcross, we want to make sure she's still alive to have a relationship with. I'm not a big fan of talking to corpses. I'm no cleric.
Well, it's something to keep in mind, certainly. I did notice something interesting on the manifests. I don't know if it's related, but should share it with the group, I think.
I think we
If,
best share it with our less ear. I mean, I've not been there around too long, but I have heard quite a few things. And I was serious about it earlier, about your brother. He probably shouldn't be dealing with the Xanathar Guild to get that funding for his banking venture. I probably should stay away with this whole conflict going on. You know, I would hate for the Xanathar to think that you were for the Zentrum to think that you were involved with the Xanathar and come after your family.
I guess this would be an insight versus deception. Like, did not know this occurred, but this is
Sure.
I'm trying to hide it that I didn't know. Nope.
My insight. My insight. Where is it?
Noble Stoneface.
Yep.
You cannot get a read.
I mean, they were just things that I heard. But it doesn't really matter too much. It's just things carry on the wind, and much like with Lady Foxcroft, if the wrong people hear it on the wind, a lie can go quite far.
That again, I mean, I'm sure you've heard that I might have once purposely attacked and set Lady Laurel Silverhands on fire once, when there was surely an accident. You know how these rumors can go. But
Yes,
we'll
yes, and
take it under.
of course, that silly little affair of yours. there was no truth to that at all. Trying to pine for your love, saying that you scorned them, trying to, smatter your name, trying to. Of course, such silly, trivial things. We should go back out there. Try to. One of the.
One of the what?
One of the others should do the healing thing. I'm not that good at it.
Meanwhile, back at the table, now that everybody's reconvened, Bonnie brings out a platter of food. It looks to be, let's see, it's a platter, served family style since everybody was getting food. It's roasted carrots, peppers, and potatoes with cream and salt and peas. Everybody can serve themselves.
No. Different.
Oh
than
no,
I'm
you
used to,
guys aren't
but-
there yet. You guys aren't there yet.
Sorry.
This is meanwhile.
Okay.
Um,
Got it.
Meanwhile,
and Yagra looks to all of you, and she kind of like does a little bit of a slow clap. I color me impressed.
color is that?
Green.
I'm not sure what the color of being impressed is, but that
No, I like green.
is me. Sure, let's go with green. It is the color
Must
of my
be green.
skin.
You're green. You're impressed.
After all, yes, thank you for pointing out the obvious. Anyways,
You're welcome.
if all of you are seriously looking for work, and she's saying all of this as she's taking some food off of the platter, I can definitely give a recommendation to my boss. He would be very interested in your skills. You all look more of the... None of you are the brutish type like me. I'm a bit of a bodyguard, I guess you could say. But we do have room in our organization for all types. And definitely ones who can be a little bit more subtle, but still strong. As she says this, from behind you guys, I'm not exactly sure how the table's positioned, but you can see what looks to be an older-looking man, brown hair, long beard, big mustache, curled very nicely into thin points. He wears like a floppy hat, has a cane, and is dressed in finery, but it's a little bit gaudy, is the best way to put it. As he comes over, he kind of clears his throat. Excuse me. Hello.
Hello.
Let me show this to you guys. Is this all of you? I remember there were a couple more people attacking that creature that came out of the well there. Anybody?
Do we arrive at the time, or are we still out?
Yeah, they're off for a second, cleaning up.
It is at this point that not Laura, Sylvia and Kamala come back from the restroom and see this figure with the big floppy hat. He adjusts his hat and tightens his scarf a little bit.
Do I recognize him?
Make a charisma check. I think that's the best way to do this. I'll say yeah. You do.
Then before he even says anything, I see him. Oh my God! It's you, Volo! Them, get on! Oh, I'm Nick. So glad to see you in person. I've read all of your books, all your things. I mean, did you see that when I landed the killing blow on that creature? Was so amazing. I mean, I'm so glad to see you. Please tell me, why are you here? I mean, someone such as you are.
Yes, quite. Yes, that is. He kind of blushes a little bit, and there's like now a big wide smile as he adjusts his scarf and his hat a little bit and folds his hands onto his cane. Yes, that is my name. Please, tell me, who are you?
Oh, well, I am Sylvia Silvermoon. Quentin, if you ever need someone for such a theatrics, I'm always available. Just, I can always help you.
Oh, well, I'm a bit of a writer myself, as I am sure you and all of your friends are aware.
Oh, yes, of course.
I am a chronicler, wizard, and celebrity at your service, after all. I am most impressed by your dare-doings. And the truth is, I fear I may have misplaced a friend amid the odious violence, which has recently been seizing the streets of our fair city, and I could use your assistance in finding him. You'd be paid well, of course.
Of course, anything for the Grand Volo himself. We'd be more than happy to do so.
Please tell me, have you read my Enchiridion? I have some copies here, if you're willing to purchase any. Only 5 shards apiece, if you're interested.
I mean, well, I've already read it, but another one never hurts. It never hurts to have too many books. It never hurts to have extra reading material.
Oh,
and she's gonna buy one.
Okay.
You can buy it from me. I'll take it.
He pulls a copy of the Enchiridion out of a bag that he has on his belt pouch and hands it to you. And begins to hand it to you as he holds out his other hand for the money.
Yep, hands of 5 shards. Yep.
All right. Closes his fist, hands you the small book. Nods.
Oh,
Anybody else?
One more thing, fellows. Since you are here in person, how much would it be for getting it signed?
Oh, yes. 1 second. I actually do know that number.
Wow.
One dragon.
Excuse me 1 second. I need to find it. 7 nibs.
Oh, of course. If you could please sign that as to Sylvia, may your future always be starry. I would be most appreciative of that.
Of course, Sylvia. And he takes the book back after you hand it. He hands it. He opens his palm.
I'm gonna hand him a full shard.
Oh. He kind of like gives an approving nod, closes his fist, puts it back, and then from out of that same pouch produces a quill. Opens the book, lets go of the quill, and it kind of floats onto the page. And he recites back, "To Sylvia." What did you say again?
May your future always be starry.
May your future always be starry. And he signs his name with a the pen signs his name with a flourish, and also draws a little star. Snaps the book shut, hands it to you.
Oh, thank you ever so much. Now, you remember, Laura, you take very good care of this, and when you're done, I want us right back immediately, the moment you are done.
Yeah. Sure.
Thank you so much.
Would anybody else be interested in a signed copy of the relatively new Volo's Waterdeep Enchiridion? I am working on the new guide to Waterdeep, but it is a process. I just finished my other book, Volo's Guide to Monsters. Have you read it?
No.
It's a little pricey on Amazon, actually.
I
Oh, Lord,
actually very recently finished up my tour of the Sword Coast for
Oh,
that
Laura,
particular release.
Oh, Laura, you do like the monsters and all that. I'm sure I appreciate a copy of that for whenever you hunting trips or whatever.
Oh, yes, it would be most useful if you are interested in a copy. I do not have any on me at the moment, but I can go back to my residence and have one for you on the morrow. It is only one dragon.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. And how much for signing that one? Same price?
7 nips.
Also give a full shard for that as well.
Okay.
Sign that one as to Laura. May this information be useful on your hunt.
Wonderful.
Oh,
I will
so nice of you.
have that ready for you first thing in the morning. You
You
need
see,
only
Laura, I am
me
quite
back here.
generous. You
I
see,
give you
Laura,
a
I
big
am quite
hug.
generous with my gift. Oh, thanks. Please, no need to embarrass me like that.
Now, would anybody else be interested in any of my fine works and services? I shall take that as a no. However, as I said, I am looking for somebody to do a little quest for me, one might say. And you seem quite capable. You would be paid well, of course, as I said.
Well, of course, for someone such as your stature, how could we possibly ever down?
Well, I suppose upon hearing the details, we'll be able to decide if we could possibly say no.
And does that go for all of you?
Well, I had to check with my job.
Well, I would... This would be for now.
Oh, don't worry, it probably won't take long. Just a small little favor for a friend, of course. Yeah.
I do realize it's getting a bit late, but I am growing quite worried for him.
Alright.
I'm in.
And what about you, good sir? He looks at 9. You seem to be a patron of the art yourself. That's a fine loot you have on your back.
I don't know about this guy.
You can trust him. He is the Volo. He is a wonderful, wonderful man. Very knowledgeable.
You
It
can
would
do
do
an
well.
insight
It would
check.
do well to respect such a fine gentleman such as himself.
Can I, like, I don't know. I mean, he's just a typical. Like, this is out of character. He's just a typical quest giver, I guess. So, I guess it's fine. So.
I mean, if you want to give him an insight check to him, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, but I don't want no reason. But,
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll tag along if everyone else is in.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, so my friend's name is Floon Blagmar. He's got more beauty than brains, and he is a great drinking companion. Last night he accompanied me to the Skewered Dragon, a dark and bawdy tavern in the Dark Ward. I called it an early night, but Floon remained, drinking and merrymaking, as he is wont to do. His wife tracked me down here at the Yawning Portal not too long ago, and told me Floon never came home last night. This was doubly surprising, as I did not know that he was actually married. Floon is a handsome man in his early 30s with wavy red hair, bit of a goatee, facial hair kind of situation going on. He's not difficult to pick out of a crowd. However, for he insists on always wearing this gaudy 6-inch bas relief of a unicorn's head on a chain. Blue pearls. Dressed rather plainly, but he really likes that necklace. Would you be willing to look for him for me?
Of course, Rolo. You said there was a small monetary compensation?
Oh, yes. Here. And from out of his pockets, he starts pulling out some coin. That'll be 10 dragons for each of you up front, and I have 200 gold pieces each once you return with him. 300 gold pieces each.
I'd like to roll a
Sure
is he
is a lot
lying
of money.
check, please.
That is an insight check.
Look, he's trying to find it.
Can I give him advantage on that?
And he should be saying dragon, right? Not
Yeah.
gold piece.
Well, yes.
He said dragon.
At the end, he was saying 200 gold pieces.
Yeah.
300.
Can I give...
Then he's
No.
saying dragons, you know.
Can
My
I
insight
give
sucks.
9?
What?
Oh. Okay.
Like, my insight sucks, but yeah, can he help me? Because he also thought.
Are you conversing about not trusting him?
Well, it's more of a like, wow, that sure sounds like a great offer. And something about the way that's said might be like, huh, that does sound too good to be true.
Okay, that's
His
fine.
gullibility
and
is being like,
And I
ahead,
say,
you can roll it,
yeah, that is a lot of money.
well, golly,
Golly gee willikers,
that
I'll
sure
be
is a lot of
darned.
money. I could.
Nothing?
Did you roll that with advantage?
I don't know how to do that.
So
Just roll an extra 20.
Yeah.
How
roll.
about you roll?
Oh, mine's very high.
No,
I have
you're rolling now. You
Yeah,
gotta
you're
roll
the
that
one.
extra
You're the
20.
one. You are the one.
How do I do it?
Just roll. Just hit it again.
Yeah.
In the future, it's up at the top right.
Mm.
Well, that's a Sicily average. So
Of your sheet, at the top right, it'll be like roll, normal, advantage, disadvantage, etc.
you just
Here's
have to
what I'm
remember to
gonna-
turn off the advantage and normal every time because it always stays on your sheet.
Yeah, John, here's what I'm gonna do for your sheet. Character?
Or
Don't be alarmed, I'm going to your settings. I'm going to set it to query. And what it'll do now is that whenever you hit anything to roll, it'll ask you if it's at normal, advantage, or disadvantage.
Okay.
And then you just select it from the
One more time.
drop down
What?
menu and hit OK.
Oh, alright, this is better.
But unfortunately, wow. Wow,
Wow,
my God.
insight into one.
even worse. But it's fine. We'll go with the 9
You
because that
shouldn't
was
have given
yours.
me that setting, but I was
Yeah,
just wanted
okay.
to see what it looks like.
Yeah,
Big
no,
time.
that's
It's not
fine.
yours.
Yeah, giving
So-
me that setting apparently gives me bad luck.
Seems kind of hard to read, but seems trustworthy. He looks like he's good for it because he hands each of you the 10
10 dragons.
gold pieces. Yeah,
I
Each.
bite it to make sure it's real.
it is real.
Ow.
I assure you, my coin is quite good, minted in Waterdeep,
There's a big
as
old
are all of my coins.
How much did you say again?
300 gold pieces each. If you bring him back.
Ah, that's quite a fair bit amount of money there. But you did say he was missing yesterday.
Yes, it was last night that he went.
I'll be willing. I was wondering if you could advance
Sorry.
those dragons. I was wondering if you could advance me a little dragons. I mean, after all, some lips do a bit when they have a bit of a dragon in between them, or a few.
Make a persuasion check. And how much money were you asking for in advance?
Maybe 25 more.
25 more?
25 in advance for me. So
Yeah. You seem like a nice girl. Sure. And he takes out 25 gold pieces more, hands them to you.
but I will be to very good use.
I would certainly hope so. Now, as I said, if you're looking for somewhere to start, we were drinking at the Skewered Dragon in the Dock Ward. Give me 1 minute, I'll tell you the street that was on.
Would I know it? Or the rough approximation of it?
Make a,
Of my, time.
I don't know, intelligence check.
Guess I didn't perform at that one.
No, you do not know. It's a rather interesting, little bit of a seedy tavern, down on Fillet Lane. Kind of hard to miss. It's by this interesting shop called, the Old... I think the name changed recently, but when I knew it, it was the Old Zoblob shop. Maybe it hasn't changed. I'm not quite sure. It was an interesting night last night. So...
Tell me, will you be staying here long, or should we, bring him to a different place?
I would hope that you bring him back this evening. I do intend to stay here for the rest of the night.
Oh, good, good. You will be staying here.
It
Very good.
is quite late into the evening. I am getting a room here for the night. So, simply inform one of these fine waiters or waitresses that you're looking for me, and I'm sure they will find my room and alert me that you are back.
Well, of course. I mean, if things do turn strange, as things sometimes do in the city, I hope you don't mind a late night waking.
No, not at all.
Of course, of course. Thank you. Of course. We should go. We should go right away, shouldn't? She's like kind of like nodding, like trying like polite, like yes, let's go, let's go.
You don't, if you do not wish. You do not have to leave urgently. You were just in a fight with a... You do have your dinner and drinks to attend to, plus... You did just fight a fearsome troll.
As we're speaking.
Yeah. You did just fight a fearsome troll. You should rest for a bit. Make sure you're at the top of your game.
Volo, dear, you said it was important, and we will deal with it as though it is important. You have our utmost focus on the task at hand.
It is quite up to
I'm
you.
gonna throw him a little wink and try to I'm gonna try to keep currying favor with him.
Okay. He kind of just gives you a nod and a small smile. Well, as I said, my dear Sylvia, if you wish to set about it now, feel free. But if you also wish to enjoy your meal before setting out, I also do quite understand. The food and drink here is absolutely wonderful. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have my own business to be attending to. Have a good evening. I do wish you good luck.
Indeed, Volo.
And he turns and walks away.
Question. Did he say that he said that he's staying here tonight and that we have to find him tonight?
We have
Yes.
to find Floon tonight and then bring him back here to Volo.
Okay.
That is correct.
What are we waiting for?
Are you guys going to take a short rest?
I need to take a short.
Yeah.
I need to take a short rest.
Yeah, we need to take a short rest.
It might be wise for you guys to take a short rest.
I mean, if you do want me to stay and eat and drink more wine, I will not object.
I mean, how many things are we gonna fight in a row?
Please, this is Waterdeep. There's adventure around every corner, and also apparently if you walk into the wrong tavern, a mug at your head. But still,
Uh-huh.
some of us cast spells.
Yeah, yes, of course. Yes, spells, yes. And Sylvia will like sit back down and just, politely just sit and eat and drink and enjoy herself.
I'll go up to the.
Ooh, nice.
What? Oh yeah, you guys are rolling for your heals. Got it.
Yes.
Nine will go up to the bar, ask for a bowl of water, and lap it up like a cat.
Okay.
He's cleaning his mouth out.
Gernot just kind of shrugs his shoulders. Takes out a bowl, fills it with some water, puts it on the table, slides it over to you.
I don't have to heal, so
Okay.
I'm full.
Yeah, but you guys enjoy the rest of your meal. With the drinks that
Does the fire
Yagra
water
bought.
taste like Fireball?
The fire water is sort of like vodka. No, it's not vodka. It's like Everclear.
Ah,
Oh my gosh.
Sylvia is sticking just with the wine. She's not touching the firewater.
Yeah,
But
we're
you would
getting,
be
like, a red
rude to
connection.
your guest. Or to your guest. To the person who so graciously bought you the drink.
No, but I'm not as strong as you are. Let's say fairer of the insides. I wouldn't be able to stomach it. It would make me very upset. And I do have to go important task to Volo, and I do need to go and do it. So
Let's see.
thank you, but I am unfortunately
Mallory, could we try another server?
I just did that. I
Okay.
just did that. I put it on the West Coast.
Hmm.
Put it on the U.S. West. Hopefully
What's this
that will
thing
help.
doing? Let me. I don't.
East. I thought you said east.
I'm gonna try restarting the headset next.
Let's see. Is there another U.S.? Let's try U.S. South. But, Yeager just shrugs her shoulders. Well, I mean, are you sure? Do you really want to back down from a challenge?
I mean, when it comes to the challenges of drinking, I am afraid I'm quite unversed in such a language.
Suit yourself. She takes your cup and downs it in one swing, slamming it down on the table. Man, that shit's strong. I do recommend you try it at least once, though.
Maybe sometime when I do not have.
Hello.
I'd like
Hello?
to be able to wake.
Yeah,
in
you
the
sound fine.
Sounds like everyone is speaking gargling water at the same time.
Oh,
So this is gonna
no.
be fun.
That sucks.
Party.
that's not good.
You sure it's... Do you think it's your internet?
I think it's green. I think it's the headset. I have a feeling.
Time for a new headset.
Try listening to like a short YouTube video or something and see if that sounds the same.
Let me try that.
Because if the music sounds fine...
Oh, nope. Oh god, that's horrible. Critical roll. Yeah, it sounds bad.
Okay.
Fuck.
So it is the headset.
Yep.
Ugh.
Time for a new headset.
Yikes.
Ah, there it is. All right. So as you guys wrap up your meal and your drinks, Bonnie comes over, starts clearing the table. Yagra looks to you and says, "Well, good luck with whatever the hell it is that guy has you doing. But if you guys ever need a real job, come find me sometime. I tend to be in the tavern, so
Sounds
If
good.
we ever need a good wrestling match.
I am always down for a wrestling match."
No broken bones on my sister. I really do like her.
Yeah, well, your sister is a grown woman. She can take care of herself. She gives Laura a wink.
You are flirt.
You are what?
She says, "You are flirting with danger, Laura."
Laura blushes a little, but I mean, she's not gonna like block her face or anything.
She raises her glass up to you, takes a swig, and you guys can all depart from the tavern. Let's see. City travel. As you guys leave, it is getting later into the evening. Probably about 8 o'clock at this point. The sun has set. It is dark. And you can see most of the people who are traveling about at this hour are City Watch and also members of the Lamplighters Guild who are tending to the various lamps and street lights about the street. Are you going straight to the dock ward to the skewered dragon?
Yes. Say, Nap, dear. Would you know the possible quickest way to Fillet Lane?
Why, I'm sure I do. And I'm
Please
guessing
lead the
I
way?
do. Or does that only apply to that part of town?
Oh, no, you do. You would know how to get there rather quickly.
Show the way.
Making sure that they're... Yep, okay.
Show the way and only go through, like, 2 hedges.
Okay. You make your way through some of the North Ward to get to the Trade Ward onto the actually no, actually will be faster. You make your way through a couple streets, and Snail Street, leading through the Dock Ward, would be your fastest route. Hold on, 1 second. Had to sneeze. Would be your fastest way to Fillet Lane?
Alright.
As you begin to make your way through the dock ward, you noticed rather quickly that the lamps here aren't nearly as well maintained as they are in the castle ward. And it doesn't take... where the yawning portal is in the castle ward, it's fairly close to the dock ward. So it doesn't take very long for that kind of sudden transition to happen from kind of like upper middle class type area to what is the slums. Right. And it is the lighting is spotty, and since it is dark out, the people traveling the streets, you know which alleys to duck into to avoid attention. So, as you're moving about, you turn a corner and you find yourselves on a street that has been cordoned off by the city watch. Lying on the cobblestones are a half dozen corpses, seemingly victims of some terrible skirmish. Watch officers have disarmed and arrested 3 blood-drenched humans and are in the midst of questioning the witnesses. One of the officers sees you. Get on. Nothing to see here.
Do I know the officer?
Roll a d20. We'll see if you do or not.
Grapevine. Fuck.
Unfortunately, no. You do not recognize her.
I'm gonna make the general statement to the gang.
General statement.
Yeah. Does this normally happen here?
Eh.
And I'm like a little worried because I'm about to try to live here. Find out that there's like
Things are a little rougher in the dock wards. Things do occasionally spill out.
The watch officer nods, says, the lady's right, but things have been a bit rougher lately. There's, bit of a gang war going on. Not the safest time to be walking around in this area. If you know where you're going, I'd get there quick.
Okay.
So let's get there quick.
Let's get there quick.
Also, as she stops you really quick as you're walking, if you happen to see any shady types, they'll either be wearing sigils that have an eye on them with spokes on it, or anybody that has symbols of a flying black serpent. Come find a watch member, let us know. We'll take care of it.
Sweats.
Of course. No problem. Thank you
All
for
right.
your services.
Do be safe. Don't cause any trouble.
But of course.
Alright. As you guys keep walking, tall, densely packed tenements leave most of the neighborhood in shadow at ground level. Most of the street lamps have had their glass smashed and their candles stolen, and the smells of salt air and excrement linger as you pass by rows of run-down houses. On the corner of Zastro Street and Fillet Lane is a shop with a peculiar window display. One nearby shop stands out from the others. It has a deep purple facade, and in its window hangs a stuffed beholder. Above the door hangs a sign whose elaborate letters spell out the old Soblob shop. Soblob? Soblob. That's good. Go with that.
Soblob.
Showblob. Soblob. Zoblob. Zoblob shop. It starts with an
They
X,
sell
so I'm not quite sure how to say it.
Oh. Like it's Chinese. Zhou.
Yeah. The Zoblob shop. Sure, let's go with that. The Zoblob.
And gonna look around. Can I see the skewered dragon from where we are?
Yes, it is a few streets down. Or not a few streets down. It's a few buildings down.
come on, let's get on our way. Ask the questions and all that.
You're going to the Skewer Dragon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you get to the Skewer Dragon, the Skewer Dragon looks like a ruin. Both its front-facing windows are smashed, and its ship's anchor is lodged in the roof. Through windows, you can see a group of haggard patrons drinking from huge tankards.
What drinking from huge tankards?
Haggard patrons.
Ah,
Okay.
I did kind of like my words a little bit, so.
I was putting it together with the anchor in the roof, and I was like, oh.
What? Yeah. A bunch of anchors are drinking from tankards.
Hey man, it's Magic. I ain't got plain shit.
Anchored and tankard.
Do y'all mind if I go and grab some water real quick? Need a second.
You can't leave.
Oh yeah, I just realized we haven't taken a break yet. Why don't we take a quick $5 for anybody who needs to refresh their drinks? I know we're gonna be done soon, but now's as good a time as any to take a break. Also, I would like to institute a policy of taking a regular break during these, so I just need to actually remember to do it. So I do apologize.
Do you want me to try and keep track of like the halfway point?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. Yes, Mrs. Streamer.
Yeah, it's like what, hour and 45? Ah, I have a handy timer for that. So yeah, hour and 45. I'll try and. Unless we're in the middle of something, obviously.
Oh yeah, and then obviously, if anybody's saying anything, or if there's a scene happening after it, just say like, "Hey, break time!" Be like, "Perfect." All right, so let's meet back up at 9:50, and we will get back started with the search for Floon. What are you guys doing? Oh no, I got some water on my book. Shit.
So is it really that ruined, or is it just like a crap building?
It's just a shit building.
Okay.
It's not like ruins. It's just a shit building.
Shambles.
Yeah.
Sylvia's gonna go in first and take a look around.
All right.
Where's her mug to the face?
It is quite loud and rowdy in the tavern. No fighting necessarily, but you can see that there are some arguments, a couple tables of some games happening. Mostly cards, some dice, but lots of tables that are just people sitting around drinking, talking, screaming over each other, arguing, that kind of thing. You know, tavern stuff. No mug to the face this day.
Gonna go to the barkeep.
Okay. There is a woman tending the bar. She says, can I get you anything?
You had some information, actually. I'm looking for a Floon Blackmar. I was wondering if you had seen him recently.
Floon. Can you tell me what he looks like, maybe? We get all kinds here.
I think I have a description. I think I have a small picture right here. And going to hand over 5 dragons. I think I have a small picture here.
Oh! Yes, I remember Floon. Ah, boy, he is a party, and let me tell you. As she takes the 5 dragons and sticks them into a pocket on her dress behind her apron. Actually, make a sleight of hand check. That's a lot of money.
I did. 8.
Oh, 8. Okay.
That's so bad.
You do notice that there are some others that notice you put this coin on the table.
A coin rolls off the table.
No. It's just, it's loud, and the light catches it in such a way that it glints. So, there are a few people who notice, and you can see there are some eyes on you now. But she does take the money and put it in her dress. But yes, I do know Floon. He was in here last night. Drinking with an interesting fella. Volo Thampton. That man.
I was wondering to.
You're cutting out, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm wondering what happened to Floon later that night. Lost track of him.
Well, dear, if you let me finish my story.
Oh, sorry. Of course.
That Volo fella did leave rather early. Didn't seem to be handling his liquor very well. So, after he left, there was another man who came in. And she leans in a little bit. It was another noble. Raina Neverember. Have you ever heard of that name?
No, I haven't.
He's the estranged son of the previous Open Lord of Waterdeep, Daggle Neverember. They aren't on very good speaking terms. Anyways, Raina came in and was drinking with Floon after Volo left. Got into quite heavy drink, and they didn't leave till pretty late.
Do you know the approximate direction they went, or possibly where their destination was going to be?
Let me see, hold on. Honestly, I don't. They left and I mean, you could ask around a little bit, see if anybody's seen him, but old Bob's Showblob, who runs the shop around the corner, he sees a lot. You might want to ask him. But everybody here is local.
Thank you. One more thing. About how much would it be for drinks on the house for all of the rest of?
Oh, 10 dragons.
Very well then. She turns to face him. Everyone, around on the house on me, page.
And the barkeep reiterates, "Round on the house from a Miss Sylvia Silvermoon." And she takes the gold, pockets it. And the entire tavern cheers! Loud, very, very loud. They start banging their cups on the tables. You can see some of the barmaids just roll their eyes and shake their heads, and they just look at you with scorn, like, what the fuck did you just do?
Sylvia's
and they all begin taking mugs and start bringing them back to the bar to fill them.
Sylvia's gonna go back to us to the group. It seems that our friend Floon Blackmar here left with a Rainer. Now,
Rainer Neverember.
Rainier.
It's Rainier.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Rainier. Yeah, Rainier Neverember. We might get some know where they went, but the barkeep also suggested that we might go to Zoblo's because maybe they might know something. I mean, I'm quite sure that people here would have quite slips now if you want. I mean, there is a lot of room here if you all want to try and with that.
Are there any interesting implications that Rainier never remember was drinking with them that I would be aware
of? Make a, I don't know, history check. Probably good. Well, I mean, you do very obviously know who Rainier Neverember is, and would be aware that his father, Daggalt, was the previous Open Lord who was publicly ousted from his position as Open Lord, which doesn't happen very often.
That's that ball guy.
Because he was publicly ousted, the Masked Lords specifically asked for Laeral Silverhand to take over as the Open Lord of Waterdeep. You're not sure if there would be any strange precedent from it, because you are aware that Rainier is estranged from his father. So he kind of just... He doesn't go by normal noble standards in Waterdeep, especially since the Neverember family is not... They are not Waterdavian nobles. They're Neverwinter. They're a Neverwinter family.
Would that he's estranged almost be like a good thing from our perspective? Because we
probably, yeah.
Okay.
So, would anyone here want to go and ask some of the now even more inebriated members, or would you want to go to the shop back a few steps down?
I'll go check out the shop if anyone would like to join me.
Yeah. Let's just go. I don't want to get in a fight here.
Okay, well then I guess we'll just be...
No, you've acquitted yourself well in all the fights so far.
I'm sure they will all remember me quite fondly here.
Alright, so you guys are leaving to head into the
Sounds like.
Joe Blob shop.
Joe Blob. Yep.
All right. You go to the Joe Blob shop, and a cloud of lavender-scented purple smoke trails out from the shop's door as you peer inside. Every wall is painted purple, and every dusty knickknack on the shelves is dyed a deep violet. The hairless old gnome sitting cross-legged on the counter wears plum-colored robes. His cheeks are decorated with 9 purple face-painted eyes. The gnome lowers a pipe and exhales a cloud of lavender smoke before raising his hand. Hail and well met! Come browse the shelves of the most curious curiosity shop in the world. Let me go ahead and share with you his art as soon as I can find it.
Oh boy.
Yanni.
Save that for the end.
I mean, he was a great musician.
Did you guys get that?
Yanni.
Yep.
All right.
Laura's mouth, like, her jaw drops and she's just staring at all this stuff.
I would like to peruse shelves as invited.
Please, close your mouth.
Nap is gonna hang outside. It is very stinky. And, too much lavender. Can't breathe.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll go inside. Why not? With everybody else, though. Like, cautiously.
Please, please, what brings you to old Bob Joblob's shop at such a late night? Is there anything I could interest you in?
Oh, well, yes. Well, I'm looking for something of a curious nature. I'm looking for, oddly enough, a person.
A person? I don't sell those.
Oh, no, of course, but I heard you may have...
I sell things people may have lost, though. I sell things that came off of dead bodies, if you're interested in that.
Well, we
I
may have
also have
possibly...
parts and pieces.
Well, we may have possibly lost said person, and I was... me find him.
Ooh. You want old Bob Joblob to help you find your particular missing person?
Oh, yes, be ever so grateful. Tell me, last night, did you happen to see a certain, Floon Blackmore?
Sorry, you said Floon Blagmar? Could you give a description for this man? I don't think I've ever heard of that person.
And, well, kind of folds her arms, thinks for a moment, puts her hand on the counter with 5 gold again. Well, see, he's about in his 30s, wavy red hair, he's got a goatee, sort of a gaudy head, blue pearl necklace thing. He was with a Rainer Neverember. Maybe you saw the direction they went?
Why are you giving me 5 gold dragons? You're not buying anything. But I did see somebody of that description as he pushes the money back towards you. He was coming out of the Steward Dragon last night, I believe. With that friend, you said, Rainer Neverember. I guess that's who he was. They looked very similar. I thought they were twins.
Do you know which direction they went?
Well, they were heading down the street and were being followed by some rather thuggish-looking types, if you ask me. Downright skeevy, all dressed in black, looked like they were up to no good. You get what I'm saying.
Yes, this sounds most dangerous.
You'll have to finish the sentence again. I apologize.
That sounds quite dangerous. How many of them were there?
About 6 or so.
Oh.
I think they were involved with that Zentarim gang.
Oh, that's cool.
You know them, all shady types. Don't know what they were up to. If it was Xanathar Guild, they would have just grabbed him off the street. No violence here, but those Zentarim, so nasty.
Oh, yes, of course, of course. What direction did they head in?
Oh, west. Not quite sure where exactly, but there was a bit of a scuffle on the corner. I imagine it would probably be them that was involved.
Thank you very much. I appreciate all of your help.
Lady in Red, are you finding anything interesting?
Am I?
1 second. Yoink.
It's purple beer.
Whatever it is, it's gonna be lavender colored.
Lavender
Yeah,
beer.
it's, as you look, it is most certainly, literally all purple. Part 3. Where's in the tip bag? Appendix D. What the fuck? Bitch, where the trinkets at? It says Player's Handbook, and it says Chapter 5. Come here. Yeah, man. This is spells. I don't need spells. Oh my god. Just trying to give you a number to roll, so I don't know how many trinkets there are. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Trinket. Books. Roll 2d100s. KK. Hello.
There we go.
Got it. Okay. A 47 and a 3. You find a gold coin minted in an unknown land that is painted purple. And you find 7 a purple metal can that has no openings, but sounds as if it is filled with liquids, sands, spiders, or broken glass. You can't quite tell.
Examine the coin a little closer. Just think about the one I got around my neck for a moment. How much for the coin?
That would be 2, and he holds out 2 fingers. 2 dragons.
Yeah, I don't think the purple really goes well with my color scheme, though.
It can come off with the right solvents. I like to
Alright.
keep the theme going, though.
Well, throw that in, and we'll consider it a deal.
Okay. Also, something interesting you see on the table as you are buying the gold coin.
Yeah.
Okay. Something interesting you see on the table that catches your eye. There is an empty wine bottle bearing a pretty label that says the Wizard of Wine's Winery, Red Dragon Crush, 331422-W.
If the numbers are important, I'd like to get that pasted.
Oh no, they're not important. It's just off the trinket list, but
Okay. I flash back to another time in another place. Then I come back.
if that'll be all, Is there anything I can interest any of you in? For anybody else who's in the store.
No, I think I'm good.
Maybe we have something for you.
Oh,
yeah.
I do buy as well.
And I pull like the sack out. That's
Okay.
kind of gross. So hopefully the blood is dried by now.
It has soaked into the bag a little bit, so it is red on the bottom. Ooh, what's this?
It's quite fresh.
I can tell.
But I don't think it's the color that you would like, but...
That's okay, I can always change
pull it out, and I pull out the head of the troll.
Where did you get this? Did you go into the Undermountain?
It came out of the yawning portal.
The Undermountain came to us.
Interesting. That happens oh so very often, but I haven't seen a troll in a little while. That's interesting. Was Durnan able to kill it?
With our assistance.
I see. Wonderful. Well, if you didn't know, I stock everything in this store from the Undermountain. So I am definitely interested in purchasing this. What are you looking for? We can do a trade, or I could just give you some gold for it. You let me know.
Do you really say that? Say I push you away. I look around. I don't really want anything that's not really my own trophy.
I see. I do have useful items as well. If you want to take a bit of a longer look, I have some potions I might be able to part with for this.
Definitely.
I could give you 2 minor healing potions. If you're interested in that trade.
I think that sounds great. But
wonderful.
I looked at my sister. And like nod. I'm like, yeah, right.
He's gonna nod.
Yeah.
He hops off of his tall chair and begins to walk around the counter to go to a specific part of the shop. You can hear him rummaging through lots of things. It sounds like he's climbing on something, but potentially on the shelves. You can hear some glass clinking, some metal being shifted around, until he comes back with 2 bottles in his hands. And they look like they would be like minor healing potions, except for the liquid is purple. He gets back onto his chair, puts them onto the table. Shall we call it a trade?
Yes.
Wonderful. He slides the troll head towards himself and looks at it. And you can see he like wiggles his fingers a little bit, and there's like a few little sparks of purple arcane light. And it looks like the troll head is now shades of purple. Much better. Anything else?
No.
What about you, Kitty? He waggles his fingers at 9.
Oh, I already answered.
I just wanted to check again. People always change their minds after they come into my shop.
I don't think I have. I think I'm alright.
Very well.
Inventory. Okay, people.
Though if you're ever looking for a job, you are very tall, and I do have just the hardest time getting up to the tallest shelf sometime. So if you're looking to lend an old man some help, I might be interested for a couple days. Just putting it out there. if that'll be all.
How much would this be worth to you? I take out my actual trophy of the, is it, Ankeg?
Yeah, the Ankag pincer. Ooh, that's very interesting as well. I think I'm
I
good
don't
with the
really-
troll head for now.
Okay.
But
Okay, that's
maybe
good.
come see me tomorrow. I might change my mind.
No, it's okay.
Very good.
I'm gonna keep this one, anyways. So.
All right, Nap. While you're outside,
Uh-huh.
you're just kind of trying to pass the time while your friends are speaking with Bob Joblob, who, yes, who is speaking
wouldn't
loud
it
enough that
be-
you can make out pretty much everything that he's saying.
Okay.
What were you saying, John?
Wouldn't it be Zoblob
Zoblob?
Like-
I don't know.
or like Joblob? Because to me, it's 2 syllables, and the break is after the B.
Jabloob.
X's are weird in English.
They are weird.
They are, but it's less the X and like blob. Hearing blob over and over again is driving me crazy.
Bob
Because
Joblob.
it's a clear word, you know. I guess lob is too, but whatever. Anyway, whatever. Continue. Sorry,
Um,
I just
Jabloob.
Bloop.
Joblob.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Go back and say it the way you were saying it. While
Okay.
you're outside, such
Yeah,
and such, you know, blob blob comes out.
You're just kind of looking. What's your passive perception before I make you roll it? 15. You're just kind of like you're resting against the wall of the shop. Take a deep breath, sigh, close your eyes. You're like, you have had no time to nap today.
Oh.
You're feeling quite tired. But as you do like a little stretch of the neck and the shoulders, you do open your eyes again, and you catch a glint of something shiny
Oh.
on the curb.
Ooh, shiny. I check
shiny.
around for interlopers in my quest to pick up the shiny.
Make a perception check.
Oh. Oh, I see him. Oh, I think I see him anyways.
Yeah. So you don't necessarily notice anybody close enough where they could get up in your face and do something bad. But as you kind of, just check your corners. You've been in the dock ward before, especially at night. It's a little sketchy. You do see somebody probably about like 35, 40 feet away, sticking to the shadows, that is definitely watching you.
Hmm. Well, don't you just come on out now?
Yeah, they notice that you notice them, and they kind of just duck around the corner into like a small alley between two tightly packed houses.
His brain says no, but the thought of the chase says yes.
Howdy.
My mind's telling me no.
My
The
mind's
thought of the
telling me
chase
no.
make his eyes go
My
wide as
body.
dinner plates,
My body
and he
telling me
hoofs
yeah.
it around the corner.
Okay, you're not gonna grab the thing on the ground.
No,
Okay,
there's things happening.
all right. You turn around, and move lightning quick to where the head disappeared, and you look down the alley and you see 3 humans dressed in darker clothes, leather armor, painted to be dark, and cloaks on, and they just look at you.
I look at them. Suddenly
Strange cat,
embarrassed.
Let's see.
Howdy.
Do you have it mode for
So
alerts
what's a
every-
little one like you?
Oh, I know that voice.
In...
Oh, I know that tone. Ooh,
What's a little one like you doing asking around about somebody named Floon Blagmar?
How tall are the buildings in the Dock Warden?
About 2 stories.
That's how many feet?
I don't.
That's
20 feet. 20
yeah,
feet
10 foot-
plus
10 foot
plus a
floors.
roof. Plus a roof.
So you're saying it would only
So,
take 20 feet of movement
25.
to scale it.
25, 30 feet. Depends on the house.
So you're saying it would only take 20 feet of movement to scale it.
About. I mean,
Well, because
if you have no restrictions to your climbing speed, then yes.
well, I don't.
Okay.
Well, it's the same as my move speed. So
Then yeah.
Nap, having been he's been working as a courier for a long time. He knows that tone of voice and this scenario may have happened once or twice. So using the patent pending cat like reflexes, he's up and over the roof. He's gone. He like flattens his ears back and just leaps at the wall, climbs up it, over the point of the roof.
They are going to try. Well, the one is going to try and grab you.
Oh, are they that close?
Yeah.
I thought they were like at the end of an alley.
Oh no.
Oh well.
He literally just ducked around and figured you just
He's in my
leave
face.
him be.
Okay.
Yeah, they there's the one in your face and then 2
Oof.
kind of like in a triangle behind him.
All right. Okay.
So he is going to try and grab you.
Oh, wait a minute. He's in my face, so I already know that. Can I disengage because I'm not doing anything else?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll be doing that.
All right. You disengage. And
Later, fuckers.
zip zoom up to the top of the of this building. Yeah, you just hear a loud shit.
So this is
Fuck.
This is the top of Bob's store. Okay.
Yeah, basically. Listen, Kitty. If you even think about coming back down, we will find you and get you. So just fucking stay up there. Stop getting into business that does not involve you.
Can I hook a rock at him? Or
Make an attack roll.
is a
Or you
rock
already
a
wanna
monk?
kick-
Is a rock a
You
monk
want-
weapon?
You want to?
Yeah, it's an improvised weapon.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm just gonna use the dagger. Statistics.
That's fine.
A rock just
Hey.
comes, or like a piece of tile off the roof, just comes like spinning down, like that scene from Home Alone 2.
Yep. And it cracks him right above the eye.
Do they
like
hear-
right above the eyebrow. You can hear a smack. Like it is audible.
Do they
we get
in
inside
the
the
store.
store?
Hear him go, "Ow, you fucking
Oh
cat."
yeah. Yeah, because he says, fuck! You know, I was going to let you just get the fuck away, but now you're fucking dead, cat. And I feel like that's probably a good place to end it for the evening.
Hey, okay.
Clunk.
Ooh.
As this thug takes 8 points of damage. I'm
That's
gonna have
gotta
to
hurt.
I'm gonna have to make a battle map for this.
Judging for by how much HP I have, that's gotta be at least half.
Uh,
That's gotta be a good portion.
This is probably one of those moments like, he told me, he shanked him with a freaking tile!
You
He
just
These-
attacked the
That
BBEG.
little
Good
shit.
job. You died.
they look a little
Tough.
well, this one looks a little tougher
Well, that's why I'm on the roof
Then-
and he's not.
your normal bandit type.
That's
But
why
he
I'm
will
on the
shake
roof
me.
and he's not, and that's why I have a climb speed and he doesn't.
But he shanked me, the bloody furball.
Yeah, I'm gonna step on his toes. I'm not letting him get up here. I'm stepping on his toes.
Alright.
And
Let me
hands,
see.
fingers. That's the one.
Is that -8? Alright. Okay, well, I'll just have that for next time. I will have to make a battle map in the alley.
Yeah.
Alright.
In theory,
So-
you might not have to.
I'll make one anyways.
You kill him.
I like making battle maps. Well, not making, finding them and setting them up. I will make them on occasion. But, alright. So, next week, we are going to be down a Shane and a Jason.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So, since we are going to be down a Shane and a Jason, we can take a break next week, which actually, yeah, I'm just calling it. We are going to just take a break next week, because that will give me time to prepare some shit. Because I have, more things that I need to read. And
Quite okay, because that gives me a chance to go sit in
Stuff.
with the awesome DM in town with his two.
what? I'm not good enough for you?
I gotta have my
God.
constant Tuesday addiction, man. If I can't get it for you, I need my supplier, man.
You hurt
I need my 3-day fix. I got a Sunday fix. I run a Monday fix, and I can get my Tuesday fix.
My feelings that you crushed them.
No, you my main supplier, man. It's just